Here we go. Don't forget to like it.
Like and subscribe. It's still upcoming.
Did I forget my drink upstairs?
You.
God.
Yep, you did.
Forgetting everything.
That's why I brought mine out early.
Oh my god. Hey, it's just me. Chill out.
Are we live? Oh, we got commercials. My phone was being stupid. Welcome to Bullman Built without Bullman. Please hold. We're getting all situated. Ads. There we are. Skip ads. Oh, we're about 3.5, 4 seconds of lag. Awesome. It's fine. It's fine. Everything's fine. Oh, then I didn't bring the right driver for these. Nope. You got the metrics over there? Yeah. Because I thought it was dismounting real wheels. I didn't realize I was dismounting.
What size do you need?
The small one.
Do you want it in a driver?
If you have a driver bit, that'd be awesome.
Please hold.
Please hold.
Holding.
Welcome, welcome, welcome. Oh, that's what put my box of goodies down below. Who's here? We got Logan here. We got Rob here.
Levi's here too, wasn't he?
Holy
Um,
moly.
I thought I saw a Levi comment.
Oh, maybe. I don't know.
Holy moly.
Not for me.
Alright.
Awesome. Thank you.
Alrighty then.
Alright.
Nice to see you too, Eric.
Which one?
Holland.
Oh, okay. Just
So not sure how, but you guys got uglier.
doubt it. I didn't know that was possible.
It is what it is.
William Chandler. Look, everyone, it's the real Doug.
Yes, it's
From William.
How are you getting messages? I have nothing. Shut up. Let me go back.
Let's see here.
There we are. Now I'm in there. Guess who's back? Back again. It's the real Doug. Let's begin.
Because I'm a little Dougie.
Can you do the Dougie?
Thanks.
Yeah, I don't know how old that got real quick.
I bet very old.
And no,
Alright.
and no, I can't.
Can't do the dog. But
Can't do the Doug.
Can't do the Doug. The Doug does not exist in Doug.
Alright. Well, welcome aboard, everyone.
Yep.
Is there... Let me do this here real quick, like.
Taking something?
No. Oh, Jesus. My old phone's freaking out.
That was porn.
Nope. I haven't opened this phone in like forever.
It was definitely porn.
You'll get them on the bigger jobs.
Oh, there we go. Alrighty. Okay.
What's that? Wait a few minutes while people roll in.
Oh, ads.
Ads.
Yeah, but it's on Reese's or Holden's.
Like,
Yeah.
just tell her to get. Just tell her to buy
Hey,
it.
oh, look at that.
Look at that.
Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. I'm just gonna talk to myself now.
Thank you, Ryan. The tubers are looking good. He says.
Thank you.
What's up, Eric?
Other Eric.
Eric Van Gumpler.
Yep.
Is Dustin Ramses is there here yet?
I have not seen
No?
yet.
Okay. You said Ryan was here,
Yep.
right? Mr. Davis.
Yep.
Either the Matt's here. Anybody said hi? My dad, my grandma.
Nope. Nope.
Nope. Well, hell balls.
Owl walls.
I said hell balls.
Ryan said the tubers are looking great. I don't know if Doug already said that.
I appreciate it. I'm sure Doug does too.
It's okay. You're making up for last week, but you had to say it all. Logan.
Fake Doug.
Fake Doug. Yeah.
This one will be for sale. I don't know if anybody's interested. It's a truggy bouncer thing. I don't know. I'm just winging it.
It's got two.
I like that eyebrow. I did like that part. I like the back. I think I'm gonna redo one for me, but I'm gonna make it a little bit shorter. I was afraid to make it too short and have it look super stupid.
Bill might be asleep, according to Logan.
Depends if there's a concert going on.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. So for those of you that are unaware, we went to go see a concert Friday night, and while they were playing, my dad fell asleep. Denied it, almost like, you know, when your dad falls asleep in the chair and you're like, "Are you sleeping?" No. Yeah, he was over there, had his hand in his hand like this. And I've got video of it whenever the song ends and it pans over to him and he goes,
See, he wasn't asleep. He was just enjoying it.
oh, he was asleep. He was asleep for sure.
He was enjoying the
I was-
silence.
I was dying, man. So funny.
I'm impressed that he'd be able to sleep through that.
Bro, I know. It was loud. It was very loud. And we both forgot our earplugs, so we were both deaf by the time we left.
Now, did you guys stay up there?
Nope, I drove home. Luckily, I
3
was.
hour tour.
Yeah, well, it was technically 3 hours and like 7 minutes or something like that from his driveway.
What kind of concert was it?
I thought Logan knew it was a concert. It was.
Well, maybe he was asking for other people that don't.
Oh, it was Lorna Shore, Mastodon, and Gojira. So, I believe it'd be deathcore, general. I don't know what you'd call Mastodon. And then Gojira is actually a band from Europe. They're from France. And I, in the last year, have learned that after seeing Rammstein and Gojira, freaking European people know how to put on a goddamn concert. There were streamers, like, you know that tinsel that you put on, dude, imagine those things like this wide and about 10 feet long. And they
Really?
shot them out of these freaking cannons, and they were going everywhere, and confetti and dry ice smoke the whole time on the stage. It was rad. It was pretty
Sweet.
badass. Yeah. So it was pretty awesome.
Apparently not entertaining enough.
Yeah.
Would have been cooler.
Yeah. I loved it. I
What's,
thought it was awesome.
How's the volume? How's the sounds tonight right now?
Yeah.
You get everything turned
Am I
right?
good? Let's see if we can.
Nobody said anything yet. Oh, that's loud.
Is it?
This.
My thing's on. Let me make sure my volume's all the way up on my phone. My hip phone here.
Brian said sounds good to him.
Okay. Just double checking before we get into it and people are like, hey,
Can't hear anything.
Can't hear you, or hey, it's too loud.
finally I got one.
I'm gonna do this real fast. Hang on, guys. There
Hang
we go.
on, earthquake.
It could be louder. It can't be now.
Yes, Grandma.
Let's see if I can move the game. See if we can move this a little closer. Then we can move this a little closer. Maybe that'll help a little bit. I don't know.
I don't know.
I'm a rookie. I just happened to have fallen into a little bit of a vibe here. So, I brought nothing to work on because I don't have anything to work on.
Well, that's stupid.
I know. It is stupid. I'm a charger. Son of a bitch. Son of a bitch.
One tire.
Well, I guess the shocks aren't going back on this.
Why?
Because
There we go.
it has the funky rod end.
Oh,
The axial ones.
You can't just put different ball ends on it.
Well, I feel like I ought to just go ahead and upgrade to the Vanquish shocks.
I know a guy.
Ryan said he likes that one, but I don't know which that one it is.
I think you were talking about
This one? Oh, this one?
I think so. I think that's when I saw it.
This was more finished, and I was telling the guys here that I had it all level, and somehow the chassis had kicked forward. So when I leveled it this way and I pulled it off the mount that I had, the front end actually went up and then down. Looked kind of weird, so I chopped it all off. And then I chopped the front of the frame off. Then I chopped the back of the frame off.
Ryan says the cone in front of you in your hand.
A cone?
The cone?
I'm guessing the cage.
Oh, okay.
This one.
Gotcha.
Yep. So it's VS410 from here to here, and the rest of it's all tube. This is actually one of the nicest cages. I've been really, really careful. I've been using calipers, and I've used the tape. Everything is like super, super square, super level. Everything's the same length. I'm working really hard on this thing. And I like it a lot. I want to put, once I put the panels on it, I kind of want to put a panel back here so it kind of like fills it in.
Mhm.
But, yeah, so I'm just winging it. I know Jordan was telling me I was crazy by not having any kind of plan, but it seems to be working.
I mean, not having a plan seems to work.
Yeah. I'm just winging it, man.
There's no set. It takes a certain person to write it down first.
Yeah, that's the difference in personality for sure.
And be like, I'm gonna follow this.
I don't
like-
follow,
I mean, it's more of a suggestion at that point.
I don't follow instructions very well, so yeah.
It's okay. We like Jordan still.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Yeah.
well, hey, thanks.
I was gonna bring all my new stuff and do a Mailbox Monday live thing, but FedEx decided that Kentucky was close enough to Indiana, and
That's where it stopped, huh?
yeah, it's just been sitting in Kentucky today.
That's stupid.
Yep.
I've got that.
I didn't personally buy anything. This is all business stuff. I sold some RTRs, so I bought some more stuff with the money and everything. I had a couple Fordyces coming and a bunch of some wheels and random
Is it
parts.
Fordyce or is it Fordyce?
I don't know. Fordyce.
I've heard it both ways now.
I know it's Fordyce because that's the trail. Trail's Fordyce.
Fordyce is the trail, yeah.
Yeah, and that's what it's named after. Now in plural, I don't know if it's Fordyce, Fordyces,
Fordyces?
I've always heard it as Fordyce.
Fordyce.
Like even like the trail.
What? I've never heard that. I don't know who you're hanging out with, but you need to stop.
Fucking hooligans, that's who.
Yeah, you don't need to hang out with him anymore because
Get out.
I don't say it like that. Must be Doug. The one.
Yeah.
So yeah. Had some of that coming and got bummed out of that. So what are you doing?
Well, you know.
Oh, when does my order need to be in? By the way.
Oh, desert?
My dessert order.
Oh, yeah, probably sooner rather than later.
Okay. Do I have to get a blizzard? Is that like a thing?
What do you want?
A peanut butter parfait.
Ooh, that's a good choice too.
It's probably cheaper or the same price. I think.
What was it?
Peanut butter parfait.
Peanut buster.
Yeah, Eric said no, it's the trail for sure. Yeah, that's what we're saying. But he says it's Fordyce, and I'm pretty sure it's pronounced Fordyce. Like I have Fordyce Let's Play craps or what?
Even I saw one of the video starts was a picture of Fordyce.
Yeah, Fordyce.
Fordyce.
So I don't know who you've been talking to, but they might be a little dirtier.
Hey.
Hey guys. So we're in a hootie. So yeah. So you were mentioning that this thing was really tall. I don't know if that was just pictures.
I think it was pictures
Yeah.
because it doesn't look that tall.
Yeah, because I was thinking that I think the window opening is real big,
Yes.
but this part is a little short, and it's making the front of the truck a little bit of a challenge. But I like it.
I think when it was by itself, because I don't think the training was in it when you sent us the picture.
Not the original one.
Okay. But no, when it was just this center section,
Yeah.
it just like, wow, that looks really tall. It's almost
Yeah.
like the stock Phoenix body was gonna overlay it perfectly.
It did look a lot taller.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, that's his looked smaller.
Yeah.
So I mean, pictures are
Yeah.
deceiving.
Harley said it the way it is.
What?
That still doesn't explain it. Fordyce.
Yeah, Harley said it the way Matt is.
Oh, okay.
Fordyce. Okay.
Phew. Yeah. Yeah, it's Fordyce.
Okay.
Yeah, your friends are dumb. Sorry. That's basically what we're saying.
Okay.
So that's that one. This guy, on the other hand, been chopping and brazing and doing all sorts of stuff, and realized that this is not even connected on this side. That's pretty cool. Whoopsie. Forgot to put that one in there. See, kids, that's why we pay attention and we blast things.
What's not connected?
That bar, I didn't ever braze that bar in.
Oh yeah, look at that.
It's only half in.
At least it's just brazed. You can go do it again.
Yeah, it's still got lots of bars. I've still got to put another one here, and another here.
What's going on, Jeff? Happy Monday.
Lop the front of it off. Hello, sir.
What's up, buddy?
How's it going? Dang.
Aborting mission.
What? Huh? Why are you aborting mission?
Because F10
Yeah, there
is
we go.
stupid.
You're what? F10s aren't stupid. What are you doing?
Did you get that from
You're
your
letting the
friends?
shock ball ends.
No, I'm not, because I already swapped it out. But then, because it has bent links, then it has like this much movement before it hits the links. You know what it didn't do any of that with? My 10.3 axle. So, you know
Okay.
what this truck's going to stay with? 10.3 axles.
That's
Sorry to someone else.
you do you, bud. Whatever.
Or just put straight links on it.
Well, here, we'll just fix this.
No, you leave.
Well, what I was thinking is I'll just put those under this, and then you can have the 10.3 since you like them so much.
No,
That's literally, is that not what it sounded like you
it's
wanted?
not.
Well. Oh. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just gonna put 10.3s back under it anyway.
Right.
Yeah, and you know what? I already have the.
Yeah, but in the future,
Yeah,
when you build more trucks, since you seem to like 10.3s better, I got the AR-45 straights right here.
Stricken, welcome.
Hello! No worries, I was late too. I got to Jordan's house about 13 minutes before we were supposed to start the podcast, or whatever the hell this thing is.
The late show.
The late show with Doug and Matt and Jordan. Live stream. Golly, that's what this thing's called. So, I'm not super stoked about this thing. I won't lie about it.
Why?
I don't know.
I like it.
Yeah.
But I also like my 10.3 axle, so.
Yeah, I get it. I like it. I mean, I just don't know that I like it.
It's got a lot of bars.
It
It's a
does.
lot of artwork.
I've got to get in on this section here, since all my B pillars are square. I need to get into laying them in. I need to start doing some
You
concrete.
haven't run this one at all, have you?
No, I bought this as a. Oh yeah, it's
Okay.
rough. That's why I didn't pay a whole lot for it. So I actually saw the guy that used to own it on the book face.
Oh, nice.
He was like, "I miss my old one." I was like, "What? Well,
Let me tell you about it.
yeah." And I knew it was his because those awesome looking panels that were on it, the red flamey skull things. I was like, "Oh, I had that." And he's like, "Oh, what's it up with it?" And I was like, "Yeah, I took it apart."
Did you actually tell him?
Yeah. No. So, one of the wild things about this, I was telling Jordan and Doug, is how many times it's been repaired and like modified. Because you can tell. So when you weld it, it's all still silver, but when you braze it, it has that brass.
Right, yeah.
So somewhere along the lines, this probably broke off or something. And that was fixed. It had another one somewhere. Oh, over here. That one broke off apparently and was fixed. And then they redid the whole front end of this thing. So the normal stock bumpers are like monstrous stingers up to here. And they have done some sort of something with this front area. This whole plate is all brazed in, and then it's brazed on, and then this is brazed in, and then it has servo mounts back here that are terrible. I'm not even sure why this.
It's like they whacked the front frame rails in.
Yeah, I don't
Read
Oh
all
wait,
everything.
this plate is original, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm wondering if they didn't cut everything off, remake this front bar, and then braze this plate on, and then braze this whatever the hell this
The
is.
white bracket.
Yeah. So is that what we're calling that?
The bright light.
Reminds me of the meme of like, look good from here, and I'm like, looks good to me.
Yeah.
Can't
But
see it from my house.
It's a little wonky, that's for sure. So that is what I've been doing when it's not 1,000 degrees. I was out in the garage Saturday night from 7 o'clock.
Hi, Dustin.
Rams is here.
Runs with scissors. Runs with scissors. Dustin runs with scissors.
That's a different one.
That's his Native American name. Dustin runs with scissors.
I know, are you?
So I went out at 7. Logan got there right at about 7. We were out in the garage. I think he left at like 10:30, 10:45, something like that, 10:15, somewhere around there. And I looked at the clock at 1, like 1:30, something like that. I was like, okay, like it's 1:30, took a mental note, you know. And then I started just knocking out the back of that cage. And I started hearing things, and I'm like looking around. And I noticed that it wasn't like sun coming up, but I could tell it was kind of bright for what time. And I looked and it was 5:17 or something like that.
gosh.
Yeah. So I was out in the garage for 10 hours straight, just building buggies and just doing stuff. So.
Dustin said there's a farm in Ohio that pronounces it Ram's Sire.
Like male sheep.
Yes. Rams.
That's a sheep dad.
Okay.
Now you can be Dustin Sheep Dad.
Sheep daddy.
Blind guy, welcome.
Hello.
He said he may be at work still, but I'm checking in to say hi.
Well, hello, fine sir.
And back up, Rob says, Jordan, are those the 45s he was going to buy?
So fun fact, they were.
But that's fine because that's what I'm going this set off for.
Is it just me or is Rob double posting for everybody? I got hey
Yeah.
Dustin,
Yes.
what's up, Logan? What's up, Logan?
Yeah. But his other one didn't.
No,
His
other one
question
didn't.
about the 45s.
Yeah, that only did once.
Rob, if he skips you out of some AR-45s, I got quite a few sets at home. So you just
No, I mean these are actually these are newer than the other set. So.
well, they're not newer than my brand new set that's never been run before. Just saying.
Not a competition, guys. They're gonna get scratched regardless, who cares?
Yeah, man. It's not a fucking competition.
Jordan. Dick. It is a competition. Everything's a competition.
Go find somebody else's basement.
I'll go.
Ha ha!
Go back home.
Eat shit and die.
I mean, tonight wouldn't be totally uncomfortable.
If I would have opened the garage early when I got home, it wouldn't be that bad. It was pretty warm in there.
But
Yeah. The next Monday is not supposed to be any better. And did you see the weather for Wednesday?
holy crap.
104.
Yeah.
Holy balls.
I didn't
And
see
that
that.
does not include the
That's-
index with the humidity.
Yeah.
I might call in Wednesday and just not leave my house. I will call in and have the kids stay home. That way I don't have to take them to school and I don't have to go get them. And we'll just sit inside.
You can stay in your pajamas all day long.
Yep. Keep the curtains closed. That way the AC doesn't work as hard. And we'll just stay right there. So
Cool.
maybe I'll go run outside in my underwear, take some quick pictures of a few things and sell them.
The burning sun.
Raise a little bit more Rocktober money and Vegas money and stuff. So
Rob said it's fine if you want to keep them.
No, you're good.
Dustin said, he says, damn, I wish I knew I should have kept that to myself.
I saw 107. Holy crap.
Yeah. It's gonna be
That
stupid.
sounds like hell.
Ryan, it was really actually pretty nice. Other than the fact that yesterday I didn't wake up until like a little after noon, and then usually I try to go to bed by like 9. Well, I try to go to bed at like 8:30 or so when I put my kids to bed, and I try to be asleep by 9:30. And it was really hard to go to sleep like 8 hours after I got up, even though I only slept for 6 hours or whatever. But as far as the garage goes, it was, I think when I was getting ready to head in, it was like 72. I still had the big fan on, and it was nice. And I knew that the kids were safe, the dog was inside, and I wasn't gonna have to worry about like, hey, I'm busy, can you come make mac and cheese, things like that. So it was actually pretty rad. I liked it a lot. It reminded me of being on second shift, because I used to come home from second shift and go out in the garage and then watch the sunrise and then be like, well, I'm going to bed, have fun with everything. And tell good night. So
The kids are getting up in 10 minutes. Good night!
see ya. Just got out of the shower. Night night.
Bye.
Wreck-It Ralph says he just got home from work.
Hello, friend.
Logan says he got called into work at 7 a.m. on Sunday.
You. If you take pictures of stuff while you're in your undies, make sure there's a mirror randomly set up. I will take pictures of myself in my undies just for you.
Ask and you shall receive.
Mr. Runs with scissors.
Speaking of Sunday, did you guys like that pictures of the axle?
Yeah. Wow. How long has Papa been driving on that there, bud?
I couldn't tell you.
It's been a while.
It's been a while.
Definitely didn't hear it.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, the neighbor up the street stopped him one day and was like, "You
Really?
got something going on back
I
there?"
got that radio cranked up.
That's what I said. How loud's that country music going?
He's got that Aaron Tippin. Ain't nothing wrong with the radio.
I mean, there should have been grease falling out of that thing.
Oh, I'm sure there was.
Oh, so it
5 years ago.
Yeah.
yeah, there was grease everywhere. There was
Except for inside.
there was not a whole lot of different so
Well, let's explain to everybody what was going on.
okay, so my grandpa told me a few weeks ago that he needed brakes done on his truck. And then later that day I learned from my dad that the wheel bearing went out. And I would say the wheel bearing went out, what'd you say, 1,000 miles ago?
Easily, if not more.
So it had tore up, there were two little bearing pieces left in the axle.
Yeah.
And it had chewed up the emergency brake drum stuff, spit that all out. There was nothing on that side. The bearing race and everything were gone.
Yeah.
It had eaten into the axle housing. It had almost come through the top of the axle housing.
Was the shaft worn down as well?
Shaft was worn down.
Well, I was wondering, since it's hardened, I wondered how it would go.
I mean, it had wear, but it wasn't like
Yeah.
cut into real bad.
against the cast.
Okay.
Yeah.
The caliper bracket was almost completely eaten through
Yeah.
from the disc brake. The brake pad, like the metal side of it, had eaten almost all the way through the hat of the rotor.
Sick.
I'll post pictures later.
Yeah.
It was pretty gnarly.
The axle housing, the whole, I don't really know what you call it, the tube where you would put the axle shaft through, it's supposed to be round like this. It looked like that.
Yeah, it was egged out.
Yeah.
For sure.
It was pretty wild.
Jacob Davis says another Wraith 19 showed up for sale on Marketplace for $385, but it doesn't have any upgrades other than Chanquist bead locks and Hyrax tires.
Hard pass.
Yeah, pass on that, dude.
Hard pass on that.
I mean, any Wraith, in my opinion, should be a $200 rig.
Yeah, you're in $200 or so.
Rob said, yep, that seems high. Jacob says, yes, Rob, I agree, especially with plastic links. Oof, yeah, it does have a Hobby Wing ESC and an upgraded motor.
Still
Okay.
high. That guy's trying to get out what he has in it, and he bought it new, and he's taking into account like all the thing. I don't know what he's doing, but
Logan says maybe your grandpa was out street racing.
hell yeah, brother.
Maybe, I don't know. I don't know what the hell he was
You
doing.
think he was calling all his buddies? Hey, you son of a bitch. Doesn't talk like that. That's how my grandpa kind of talks.
Hey, you
Sometimes.
son of a bitch.
Hey, you son of a bitch. Actually, my grandpa was more like, but maybe he said something about like, remember back in 1959 when we were street racing? Well, now I got something for you. He rolled up in the left 150.
They got a cam in it?
It has one. It's running.
Yeah, it was fun. So
William Trandon says, not RC related, did my first PDI on our first Hummer EV.
Nice.
Still waiting on parts to install, but I was able to go drive it and tested watts to freedom. 1,000 horsepower pushes you into the seat. I can't get behind an electric vehicle.
and Rob, still no sound though.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, they said stock Tesla puts 1040 to the wheels? Something like
That's
that.
it. Probably the plaid.
Yeah, the plaid.
Okay, yeah.
I mean, I do have to say I would miss the noise, but almost 1,100 horsepower, all-wheel drive, stealthy.
Did you see that our local street guy raced the plaid in his blue Nova? If you know a person.
Really?
Yes. And
Really?
yes.
Interesting.
I don't know who we're talking about.
Don't worry about it.
That's okay.
It's not you.
I know. I'm slow.
Mr. Tuna no crust over there.
You don't want none of that Honda.
Need to put a Civic on a Tesla. You just chop it at the rockers and just slap it right on a Tesla.
If either one of those were cool, maybe. But
Or
Dude,
wrap a Tesla to look like the Civic.
Yeah. Teslas, I mean, they're okay. 0 to 60 in 1.9 seconds is pretty sick.
yeah.
I mean, that is shuffling. That's the thing that I think is cool, is it's just instantaneously fast.
Oh yeah, it's like a switch. It's instant.
I know. I have a hybrid.
No.
It at least makes sound, but it's still not good.
Now, obviously, it's a very much difference between 200 horse and 1,000.
So,
But when the CRV, like you can clearly tell when it launches in electric versus when the motor's running.
Sure.
For sure.
one of those was beside me the other day, and the lady got in it. I would say started it, but I didn't even realize it. And then all of a sudden, I heard that weird spaceship grunt.
Yeah.
Like, sounds like a food processor and a spaceship had a baby when it backs up and then takes off at first. And I was like, what is that noise? I was like, I know that noise. And I looked over and sure enough, she had a CRV.
So she was pretty cool, huh?
I
I get it. You know.
not particularly. She was a little weird.
He's over there like that. That's my vehicle.
Do you guys have CRV wave?
I did see.
Yeah.
No, we don't. I did see somebody posting in the CRV Facebook group that I'm part of,
Those are your people, then. See, you're a liar.
and well, I've already explained to you why I'm in that group, and it didn't pan out or it didn't work out for me. Anyway,
CRV gang signs?
What up, dog? CRV!
anyway, before I was rudely interrupted.
With the left hand up, pointed down.
Continue.
No, somebody posted something in there the other day that was like, I'm gonna be, and I forget where they were at. They're like, does anybody want to do a meetup?
Oh,
What the fuck are they doing?
Have a meetup with CRVs.
They're like, you want to see my WeatherTech mats?
Mine are black. What color are yours? Well, I got the gray. I figured the stone looked a little better in my interior. I saw a hammered, like a first gen CRV the other day.
Yeah.
It was pretty rad. I'm not gonna lie about it. It was slammed, and it had it was like those white 6-spoke like Inkies or whatever modals, something. I don't know, Gran Turismo wheels. You know, back in the day.
Yeah.
Yep. What should be on your Civic basically, but isn't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The other thing I appreciate in the group is when people talk about what they're doing to them to take them off road.
Okay.
I'm like,
So
what?
put a trailer hitch on.
What do you? Don't ever. They have a 2-inch lift or something for them.
Okay.
Like, please don't ever call it off-roading again.
I mean, you know.
No.
There was a similar like what you talked about, a slammed Subaru Outback
No, yeah.
that I passed on the way up here. So yeah, it was slammed down, chuck and tire up in the fender well.
Oh yeah,
It looked good.
I think it looks good. I like that kind of stuff. I got a weird taste in cars, so.
Dustin said he drove a Model Y. The insides are small for him. I rode in the Model 3 Performance. I could feel my fat squishing out.
The threes do look small.
Yeah, Rob says he'll take his exhaust pops when I shift. Ramslayer said, I'm going backwards a little bit. He said he'd like to have a Rivian. Their truck is awesome, 800 horse.
I don't know about awesome.
Yeah, I don't know.
Sounds weird looking.
In fact, I had an Amazon truck come in today, and Rivian makes the electric Amazon trucks.
I don't know.
William said he would miss his Hemi. I don't think I'd buy one, just interesting to test drive and work one. And the Hummer we got is $115,000. That's it.
I'll take 3 of them.
Yeah, chump change.
Got that YouTube money now.
Logan's asking, do CRV drivers all wear the same thing? Like all Subaru Outback drivers wear button-down khakis.
Maybe.
Yeah,
Can't forget that all the Corvette guys have
Oh yeah.
what, khaki shorts and
I don't know. There's our short blue dad shorts.
Yeah. Jorts.
Jorts. Got the socks up to their knee and some New Balances.
New Balance. Yep.
Are you mounting these on anything, or are you just?
Yes, I am.
Oh, okay, cool.
I am mounting those on
Ooh.
a set of blue 105s.
Oh, barfs.
But I don't know which rings I want to put on it yet.
If I could
I have.
Ooh. Those are China rings, though, aren't they?
Shut up. Done it before. It's fun.
That doesn't look good on me there, bud.
I have those. I don't know how well you can see them or not. Or. See that? I have those.
I don't have an opinion about China wheels.
Yeah, I'm doing me.
I know a guy that could have got you some for pretty cheap.
It's fine. It's what I had.
Okay. Some little kid over in China can eat for the next 3 months now.
Good. I'm happy. Good for him.
Rob says, yeah, they are quick. I think I may have to pick up a CT4 Blackwing
Oh. I
and
thought it
trade
was-
Candy's V in before that goes away.
Please do.
Can't get a real V anymore.
I'm glad of that. At first, he said he was going to trade in and get a C4, and I was like, I didn't really see Rob as an ugly vet guy, but whatever.
I can see rocking out of a C4.
Rolling out on all fours. As he's crunched over first.
It's the worst. The only way a C4 looks good is like if they're like almost autocross looking. Like they've got to be lowered even more with like right wheels.
William said he's waiting to see how big of a flop the E-Ray, Corvette E-Ray will be. I think it'll be pretty rowdy.
Yeah, I bet it won't be a flop, but I could be wrong. You never know.
You never know. It's electric.
I'm not a fan because it's electric too, because I'd like to keep my job for a while. luckily, the things that I'm working on now.
But I don't think that one's not all electric, is it?
The E-Ray?
Yeah.
I think it is.
Like, they should have called it the electric eel instead of the Stingray.
Oh.
I mean, why didn't I work for GM?
Yeah, Dear General Motors. Dear.
I thought it was still had a V8 in it, but
I don't think
It's
so.
a little
I think. I don't know.
4.8.
No, see, William says it is a hybrid. Okay. I
thought it was all-wheel drive.
I thought it was all electric.
Well, doesn't get much worse than a C8 to me. So
Worse.
We had a field. William said he had a field engineer that had a black wing, and he loved it.
sure.
He's responding to Rob, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know how you couldn't like it.
Jeff is asking how the Ganjaria and Macedon show was.
Gojira? It was awesome.
Was that gonorrhea?
Yes. It was in a casino, which was wild. It was at the Horseshoe up in Hammond, and it was neat.
Are you gonna try to get on the Headbangers cruise in October?
My dad and I literally talked about that.
He's asking.
He said it was like $3,000 a ticket though.
Ouch.
Yeah, I don't know that I want to go that bad. But I don't know. Yeah, but it was awesome. The concert was really cool. We were up in the suite, so my dad and I basically don't do pit things anymore. And he wants to sit, and that's fine. And I like to sit too. So we spend a little extra money most of the time we go. And
Just mid conversation, mid story.
and we sit in the seats. So we were sitting in a suite, had our own bartender, drinks were free. It was pretty rad. I had a tequila with tequila. It was supposed to be tequila and pineapple juice, and you can ask these guys about the picture I sent them. It looked like it was just clear.
Yeah, it was.
It was just straight Patron, and I bet it took me over an hour to drink it because it was just. It was a cup like this tall of just Patron. It was a lot.
That's just shot after shot after shot.
Yeah.
You kill it.
No. I hadn't eaten enough for that. I would not feel good. But
How's a concert like that sitting in the stands?
honestly, it
Like in a
was.
suite? That just
Right.
seems weird to me.
Well, there's no front. There's like no glass or anything. The casino room, the whatever you want to call it, that room or whatever, it wasn't huge, so it really wasn't that bad. Because you're not. We were probably closer than sitting at like the back of Ruoff. You're closer than that.
Okay.
Sitting at the back of the pavilion, you're definitely closer than that. So it really wasn't that bad, and we're elevated a little, so it was honestly a lot like being at Ruoff, where you're kind of looking down on the stage. It was nice. Had AC blowing on us, and didn't get in the confetti. Didn't have sweaty dudes with long hair and sweaty long hair flipping all over us and stuff, So.
That Satan chick
Yeah. God.
was probably enough for me.
Yeah. So we saw a lady.
She was a nice lady.
I'm sure she was just a wonderful peach, but her attire for the concert was questionable for sure.
Something else.
I told my dad, I said, it's not attractive whatsoever, but it was like a train wreck, and I just literally could not stop looking at it. Because every time I looked at her, I would notice something else. She had on booty shorts that said Satan across the back.
Yep.
And she had on fishnets, and then she had on these weird black boots. And then she had on like a tank top, and she had this huge frizzy head of hair. And then she turned around, and I wanted her to turn back around because her face was. I'm no peach, but you know what I'm saying? She was.
Based on the pictures we got, I can only imagine.
Yeah.
She was rough. So, but there's a lot of interesting people there. It was a great time. Dropped my dad off up in Zionsville where 65 and 865 part, and then hammer down on home. Running about, I don't know, plus 35 all the way down. So, I made it from the let's see, what is that, exit 103? 109? 103? Whatever it is right there, to my driveway in like, I don't know, 31 minutes or something like that.
That sounds good.
Hammer down.
Yeah. I had ways going. About me and 3 or 4 people just.
It says all-wheel drive and the flat plane crank V8 in the E-Ray.
That'd be interesting. That seems like flat seat, right? Be flat floor. So it'd be like 2 boxers.
Kind of, yeah, I guess you can look at it that way.
Yeah.
It just means all the throws are opposite each other.
Wait, what?
Flat plane means all the throws.
Right, is that not flat? Flat though?
Yeah, instead of them being every, was it 15 degrees around the crank?
Right.
they're always 180.
So you got 4 just going.
Yeah.
You're thinking of a
It's-
boxer.
Yeah,
It's still in the shape of a V though, right?
Yes, it's still a V8, but the crank itself, all the throws are either at 0 or 180. If you look at the crank itself from an endpoint.
Oh.
And
Okay,
it's-
now I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
So you can't roll the crank and just go.
It's supposed to be a stronger design.
Yeah, just.
They have a different sound to them too, because
Yeah.
Does it sound like a Ferrari? You know, ram, ram.
Yeah, they definitely do sound different.
Well, concerts at Foxwood and Mohegan are different too, though. Depends on who's going. Never been to those. Every venue is different, though. In all honesty, some of those places have terrible acoustics. My dad he's deaf, but he was bitching. The Lorna Shore sounded bad and all this other stuff. And they weren't great, but I don't think it was the venue as much as it was just their terrible audio equipment.
Logan says, so not the type of girl you want to bring home to mom?
No, I wouldn't have taken her home at all. She needed to go back in the dumpster where you probably found her. The one thing I did like though was, so I don't know if I told you guys this, but so we went to see the band Mastodon, right?
Okay.
They sold female booty shorts that said Astodon on the back. I thought that was quite clever.
I would agree with that.
There was not too many women I would like to have seen in those shorts there. Most of them I would prefer not to.
Ask them they buy 2 pairs.
Yeah, so it was interesting. So I saw a guy with braids. His hair was so long he had them braided like, I call them Pocahontas braids, where it's like one down each side, kind of like Willie Nelson,
Yeah.
and the ends of them were in his pockets.
Jeez.
Yeah. So, I mean, I don't know how long his hair was, but you braid it up. I mean, that takes a lot of the length out of it, and they were still, the ends of it were just dangling inside his front pockets right there. So, I mean, his hair has to be down past his knees.
Yes, it was shitty sound.
Wasn't that bad?
Sounds like a Wish Ferrari. I still couldn't afford it.
Yeah.
Reddit says I like this live stream at 7 a.m. this morning.
Did I have it up at 7 a.m.?
I don't know.
I don't know when I did it. I don't know. I made the, yeah, maybe. I don't know.
That's early for you.
Early for me.
I think he used the braids for ball support.
Take those off before I go along. So I saw William said something about they told us that E-Ray was the first step toward full EV.
Oh yeah, I did see that.
That's an interesting first step to go with your high performance car
Right.
and make it electric first. Well, the Cruise is the logical option, but nah. What we're gonna do
The
is
Cruise will be outdated by the time they get to
yeah.
that.
You know what I really like the look of? The Volt. The Chevy Volt. Have you seen one of those?
Yeah.
I like the back more than anything. It's got like that old thing. I like it a lot. I mean, I'm sure it's a turd, but like visually I like it. I'd drive it. God, that is horrendous.
Oh, my red ones. I have red ones with these too.
I just think the Amazon wheels or the Amazon rings just look terrible.
I know you do.
I don't like the shininess of it.
I do like that part.
Oh.
I don't like how cheap they look though.
I can't tell the difference.
Can't tell the difference.
I can only tell the difference if I look at the side of them,
Yeah, the side,
because you can see the machining marks are different.
they're stamped. If you're ever wondering, I don't know if we've been over
There you go.
this.
You can see the lines on the side.
Yeah. So see the lines right there? See how they're,
Yeah.
that's from the mill going around. If you're ever wondering whether rings, especially on BP wheels, are real or not, you can look at them. Oh, if you take a real ring from BP, you'll see these tiny little lines going this way, all the way around. It's from where they milled it out. A China wheel won't have that. It'll actually have, like, it's got a little ridge here, and that's from where it was stamped, and then just basically used a big ass stamping press and pounded it out. That's why some of it looks kind of weird.
Ryan asked, what wheels are those?
These are 105s. Blech.
They're the best wheel out there, but I don't know.
Lies. Just flat out lies.
That does sound like a lie.
For those of you who don't know me, it's like the only wheel I run.
You and Jim. You guys are like 105,
Oh, yeah.
105 butt buddies.
105 bros.
Rosebud buddy, same thing.
That was a weird little sound.
It's this thing.
Oh. Like a duck call. So let's see this thing done. So you used, these are the Stricken plates, yeah?
Yes.
Yeah. So Mr. Stricken, your plates are being used.
Yep.
We have, I think I have some somewhere. I don't remember what they're on though. I've used a pair. And
Yeah,
then
that's
this
my first pair.
This is,
This is all straight from the noggin, not written on paper. It's
I don't know why I hurt y'all's feelings with that.
No, you didn't hurt my
it's
feelings.
just I had an idea and I ran with it, and I think it looks badass.
I like it.
It kind of just the cab when I started with it, just the cab. You know, I raked the roof line down a little bit, and I was like, "Ooh, this has got like hot rod look to it."
I dig it.
And then just kind of went from there. So I've been kind of mocking it up on a stock element chassis to make sure everything's going to be in the right location. But when it's all said and done, it'll be a direct replacement for element, axial, and Vanquish.
Will the VFD fit in here with this?
It will, because I planned this bar.
That sits right behind
If you put the stock 3 gear or a stealth tranny in it, the spur gear sits here right behind it. If you change the skid plate and put a VS410 skid, the spur gear sits right in front of it.
Right. Gotcha.
So yes.
Good deal. Good deal. Very, very nice. This reminds me of something, but I don't know what it is.
I did the nose to kind of mimic the back. I like the rake back look, so I wanted to do like the opposite on the front.
Maybe a platypus.
In the front. Platypus. Dude, when I first saw it, I'm not gonna lie to you, I was thinking Bubba Gump with the big old front bottom lip.
Yeah. I do like how you stayed with just a single bar there and a single bar here. Whether you put them in the corners too or whatever, but
I think I'm gonna put at least one somewhere around the spring mount on the rear, and then probably one around the mount on the front, just to give that upper bar a little bit
more
support.
yeah, because somebody learned the hard way about not having enough supports in there, didn't we, Jordan?
Did we learn from that?
I don't know. I don't know if you did, but I definitely did. I think one of the things I've learned, especially recently when I was building that thing, and I was talking about it earlier where I didn't like the front end of it. If you guys are building something, and you make something you don't like, don't be afraid to cut it back off. You can take a step back, because you're always going to hate it if you hated it in the beginning. You're going to continue hating it, and then you're just going to have more time building it and trying to make it better and putting things on it. Just cut it off, or heat it back up, whatever, pull it off, and
I don't have my buggy out here.
then just undo it and redo it.
I will agree with that.
Yeah, because I kept trying to make that front end work, and I just
Rugged Ralph says, how do you make the real tight bends on cage builds?
We all have you have the same tuber or bender that
Yeah, it's a little Amazon,
yeah.
3 different bars, just a handheld bender. It's only like 6
yeah.
inches long. I got the little small one, and that's the tightest bend it makes.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
But yeah, it's just a little, I don't know, $8, $9 hand bender.
Mm-hmm.
Matt and I both have the Eastwood.
It's like a vice bender.
Yeah.
Vice. Basically, you close the vise on the base, and then there's a pin, and then there's another pin over here, and you got 3 dies, and you can change them back and forth. And depending on what you're doing, like I like to take the small one and then the big one, and I'll put one on each one. That way, when you're bending around the small one, it holds the tube a little tighter and a little straighter. The middle one, you can't use the big one. You have to use the small one on the other side, and then when the big one is the one I'm bending around, I'll use the small die on the outside to keep everything a little tighter.
Interesting.
I also have a brake line bender, and I want to say I have something else, but I don't know what it. I don't think I do. I think it's just brake line bender and then those 3. And then you could, you can always make different stuff. You could find all sorts of things. If you can find out what size that pin is, you could use this wheel and bend, big nasty curve around it or whatever. I also tried to use my roller the other day, and that was an interesting experience. So,
Yeah, I'd like to try to find something that can have a different, like a bigger contour. If I'm gonna do a buggy, like the back of yours, kind of find a bigger tube to kind of contour and bend around.
yeah, I did that.
Without it kinky.
It didn't kink. I have a roller now. I rolled a piece of pipe or tube about this long into a circle.
Ah, sweet.
Yeah, because I was gonna do round back on that, and it looked a lot worse than what I saw. I was just like, nope. So
Brian uses his vise and really small wrench to make some complex bends.
that's what I want to do it. I'm still trying to figure out the marking and bend, and then how much it's gonna grow or shrink or whatever. I can't get that. I'm gonna have to watch some more videos on YouTube, because that is very confusing to me. Because I know Harley's done a video on something and it's included somewhere, but every time I search for like tubing bender or whatever, it gives you like full size stuff.
Yeah.
And it doesn't say how to use it. It's like, first you put the pipe in there, and then you pick your angle, and then you go to do it. And they're like, no, I know that, but like, how do I?
Yeah, it's like, how do you pick
Compensate.
where you want the bend to be?
Yeah.
How far into the tube bender
Right.
do you put it?
Because if you make the mark here, or well, let's say here, it's going to start bending back here. So you have to take into consideration how much it's going to stretch or move, I guess, and then bend it back there. And then that's also if you're going this way through the bender and bending it this way. Now, if you bring it, like let's say you're trying to make this bar here, if you take it and you bend one side, then you flip that piece around, and instead of going through the bender this way, you go through the bender this way, it's going to add it or subtract it the other way. So your shit's going to be all wonky if you don't do it right.
I didn't realize that was all one piece.
Yes.
But that was a bitch.
If I try to do anything that's one piece side to side, I'll do a rough measurement of how long I want it. I'll mark the center. So like all these bars, I marked the center and I stuck it in the bender, like the little overhang that holds the end of your tube. I stuck the line right on that overhang and then bent it. Well, then I flipped it around, stuck the line right on that end of the bender, bent it. And then I've been just using, to make sure I have 90s, I've been holding this short section down on the table, and I have my ruler that I stand up next to it to see if I'm tight on the top or if it's leaning away from the ruler, because the ruler's got a flat edge on it. So then I'll know, okay, it's like, okay, just pull it back just a little bit.
I usually just go,
Yeah.
that's 90.
I find it
Actually, I have an angle finder now.
I find there's certain stuff that
I need to get one of those. I need to get that and some bubble levels, little 1-inch bubble levels
Yeah.
that are magnetic. This motherfucker probably got them.
We'll go into no, it's not. It's not a bubble level.
Oh, you want to know bubble levels?
So while I was doing the front of the cage work this weekend, I noticed that my tubing my tubing cutter had rough spots in it. And it would like get loose and get rough. So I looked at my wheel.
Is he in his journal?
I don't know.
No, I'm not
Use a
using it.
tubing cutter?
Yes, he does.
Oh my god! Wow, that is a brightly colored.
It is because my other one's black, and sometimes I have a hard time finding it buried underneath other stuff.
That's red. So I can-
So I have a new small tubing cutter. This is what I cut all of my tubes with. This is all I'm using. So my wheel had chips in it and getting dull. So I found this one, and it comes with
But wait, there's more.
it comes with a spare bit. So I
Nice.
might be able to fix the other one with this, which I didn't notice. Like there's a little ball bearing
Mm-hmm.
inside the wheel. So yeah.
Very cool.
So now I have a new tubing cutter.
See, I did the opposite where I looked on Amazon for a angle grinder fixture to make it into a cutoff wheel. That's what
You doing chop saw?
I did. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's basically.
Yeah, that's basically what I've been looking at.
So I don't know if maybe that's what takes me a little bit longer to do things.
I
'cause
would say, because you're
Yeah.
going, okay, I need a foot. I'm going, I need a foot.
and,
and you're
then,
going,
and then you're cutting an extra 1.5, 3 inches off.
nah.
Nah.
Well, you still mark it, right?
Yeah, it's still market. It's not like, oh, this is a foot. It's
Yeah, it's close.
18 inches and 12 is all the same.
What else we got?
And then
Next.
when trying to make sure that the front stays level, I had to put weight in here to hold
1, 2,
it.
3 blocks?
I found 1, 2, 3 blocks.
Yeah, bud.
Hell
Those
yeah.
are the same ones I bought. They smell terrible. Don't open that bag.
Oh, I'm not opening them.
Don't do it.
They smell like oil.
Nah.
But they were only like $8 or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. So now I have weight to put in the chassis, or I can use them to hold things up.
I found some squares at work that I'm gonna try and get for us. I don't know what they're for.
From work?
Yeah. Well, they're in like a scrap bin, and I see them pop in there every once in a while. Like you see the scrap bin get emptied, and then so I'm gonna try and find them because they're literally. I bet they're probably 4 by 4 by like 1, 4 by 4 by 2. So they'd be really nice to like use as fixturing and stuff. But I hadn't been over there long enough whenever I saw it to be like, hey man, you
When I was looking for the 1, 2, 3 blocks, they also had a nice little. It's almost like they're 1 by 1.5, and then they have a V on one side, so you can rotate a bar or something in them. They were nice too, but they were more than the standard blocks.
I seen the 2,
I
4,
want to say
6.
mine were almost like $30.
Yeah,
What's
they're expensive.
My 1, 2, 3 blocks.
not from China?
Well, I assume that's mine came from the Amazon.
So these might be like 1 1/16.
Those are 15 16ths by 1 7/8.
It's a good thing I'm really not using them for measurements then.
Those are definitely metric.
So yeah, that's my goodies I got today.
25.4 millimeters.
I was gonna say just
18.8.
throw out random numbers, but
by
I knew somebody's like, well, it's
70
actually.
yeah, by 76.2.
Logan says he has a small chop saw that he used for cutting arrows.
Oh,
That sounds expensive.
yeah. Sounds like it'd be really cool to have
I think
that.
Harbor Freight has a small
Make
chop
it.
saw actually. Yeah, I think so. I think it's
That was,
yeah, it might be in my
that was
basement.
Doug's mail call. You are correct.
Yep, that's my mail call.
Dang, son. What do you do with the back of these wheels?
Mailbox Monday.
I didn't know anything about this.
Damn, what? That's how you treat Vanquish wheels right there, I guess.
Dude, some of my wheels are not brand new out of the package, bro.
Just playing duck.
Those ones are still in the package hanging on the wall.
Some people use their stuff.
Gosh.
Jesus.
Yeah. No shit.
I use all my stuff. I've driven every one of my trucks at least once.
This once. Maybe in the driveway up and over the dirt mountain, but
I've driven almost all of them, other than my pretties. I haven't driven my pretties.
Story gets longer now. I've driven everyone. Well, except for.
I mean, I have. Actually, technically, I've driven everything that runs. I haven't taken the green.
Logan's at Harbor Freight. So yeah.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
cool. Well, when we start building you a tube buggy, you just bring it over and we'll knock it out in a day.
Was I bring it over and just leave it at my house?
Leave it at your house?
No, your
Oh,
house.
my house. No, we go out in the garage one day when it's nice and cool, about 7 in the morning.
So not next Wednesday.
Not next week at all. After October. I'm just trying to get this buggy and another buggy done before we go to Kentucky. And that other K5.
Yeah, I need to get started on some stuff.
Yeah, you think so?
Oh well. If I don't have it, I don't have it.
I'm gonna start a new Buggy Works page.
So which one?
Uh,
I know you say neither.
I know what I
It's
usually
not
like
real.
better to begin with, but they're your wheels. They don't make sense to begin with because you have
I know.
5 spokes on 14 spokes. I don't know what's on these things.
I like those better. I only like the spider lock on the spider lock wheel.
I do like spiders on spiders. Phase 5 knockoffs. Be what my pick would be. I do like the spiders, but what you looking for?
The most.
Are we? Oh, that's me.
Is that you?
Are we really only? See, my thing keeps saying that I only have 13.
No, I got 23.
I have 23.
I got 13. Oh. What's up?
Are you live?
Is this from when you first started?
Exit back out and then pop it back up.
I need to build a personal buggy for these.
Whoa. Yeah, you do. Yeah, this is stupid. It says I only got 13. What you gonna build? You wanna draw it out? Need everybody help you? Wanna take a CAD class?
I really want to replicate that Bronco buggy.
Which Bronco buggy?
The one I showed you guys last week. That all black one.
I don't know that. I've looked at a lot of trucks since then.
It was a very simple. I don't know. I'll show you later.
Okay. That's good.
It was the
Later is good.
this and this.
Logan said he'll bring it over.
Okay.
So what all do you guys have for dinner? We gotta get that important question in there.
Pizza rolls.
Pizza rolls? Did your mom make them?
No. What are you doing to me right now?
I'm making a buggy.
Why? Why would you do that? Why would you do that?
Why not?
If you do this, as you've seen in my other buggy, 4-wheel steer buggy, it would have to be a 10-2.
Doesn't have to.
It does.
It doesn't.
It does, because that would bug me.
Dude, the output's even farther over on that side too. You get
No.
Shua.
Dude. Oh, sorry.
There you go. There you go, Doug.
That's my fine.
You need some blocks to set it up. Look at that.
Look at that, look at
We
that.
built a truck.
Hell yeah. See, this is all there is to it to build custom trucks.
That's it.
Boom. We're done. For sale. $1,000.
No.
For $1,000, you wouldn't let those go?
Logan had street
Do I get the
tacos.
$1,000?
I mean, I assume you get part of it. What Logan said?
Logan had street tacos, which
Yeah.
he sent us pictures.
Yeah, I saw that.
Woo!
I decided to not look at that once I saw what he was sending.
Those were good. Those look good.
Yeah. I had some sort of chicken noodle stuff. It's usually really good.
I had Mickey D's.
I decided to be good not spend money. I was going to stop and get some on the way home, but I didn't. And then I was like, there's not really anything to eat here, so I ended up with pizza rolls.
Nice. Lid made some
I'm
sort
a
of
child.
shredded chicken with buffalo wild wings Parmesan garlic sauce in it. It's in the crock pot.
Yeah.
And then you make bow tie pasta and throw it in there, and it's like mixy. I think you guys have both had it at my house before.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's very heavy though. I can only eat a little bit of it, or else I'm just like,
William had a cheeseburger.
ooh, cheeseburger. Yeah.
Cheeseburger.
Did you make this cheeseburger, or did you get it from somewhere? I'm having fried chicken with Bush's baked beans. Hell yeah, brother. That sounds good. Last night we had, what the hell are those things called? Big Mac quesadillas or some shit like that. You take a tortilla shell, like a soft shell, and throw it down. And then you take ground beef and you smear it on there like real thin. Like real thin. And it's like sticky, you know? You take it and then you flip it over in the pan and let it fry. And let it sit there for a little bit, you know, and cook the meat. And it doesn't take that long. And you take the whole thing and flip it over. And then you put a piece of American cheese or 3 or 5 on there, you know, and then throw a little water in there, steam that cheese, and then when you take it out of the pan, you fold it in half, let it kind of cool down a little bit, throw a little bit of lettuce, a little bit of onion, and then a little bit of the Big Mac sauce in there. Oof! It's like a Big Mac taco.
I've seen that. Not that.
That was on TikTok.
Probably. I've seen a couple of those, that style.
That used to be a catchphrase, is steam that cheese.
It was really good. We're running out of ground beef, so actually, Lyd took what she thought was ground beef out of the freezer, and it was actually cube steak. So I had cube steak Big Mac thing.
Doesn't sound horrible.
It was pretty good.
Rob had Italian sausage and mac and cheese.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's a good combo too.
William made his cheeseburger. That was the best cheeseburgers.
I thought about making burgers tonight.
Then thought not.
AR-60s,
We don't go that way.
but they sure feel like it sometimes. I thought you were selling these. Did you change your mind, or
No,
did I imagine that?
I think so.
Oh, okay. Very cool. Very cool.
Do you want me to sell them?
No, I just thought you were.
Are those the cut shots?
No.
No, wild piece.
Just stocks.
Falcons.
Falcons tires.
Yeah. So yeah, I got your VXT2s on the way there too, by the way.
Yeah?
Yeah, I think so. Isn't that what you wanted?
No.
You did?
No.
Yes, you did.
For what?
I don't know. You told me you wanted, or did you want tall Falcons? God damn it. I don't remember. I thought you said you wanted VXT2s. Because I still owed you tires. Right?
No.
These dreams are getting a little too lifelike.
For my TSLs?
Yeah.
No, you got me another set of these.
Oh, okay. Then yeah. Did you see the screenshot of that?
Are these?
Did I already give them to you?
Yeah, they're right here.
Okay, good. Never mind. Alright, never mind. JK.
No, we're up to date.
We're square, right?
Yes. Till I shell out money for you.
Yes. For the things.
Oh god.
Ow! Son of a...
Logan is messaging me.
Why?
Logan, we're in the middle of a live.
We're busy.
No, he can't bring something home.
I can't play right now.
So what's gonna do
Mom
this?
said no.
That's going in the juggy.
Speaking of,
Where Richard's at.
did you get the other thing?
Not yet.
Oh, I want to see it.
I have it. It is mine. I just need to
Go get
make
it.
it happen. Yeah.
I just haven't thrown it in a box. Ship it to me.
I'm probably gonna have him give it to Rob, and then
Gotcha.
when I trade Rob for the money that I trade, make it all happen at
a three-way.
once. Yeah.
Is this something you don't want to talk about? You're like, we'll just wait till next Monday.
He got a beautiful.
I'm getting another 3 gear with the dig for the capper.
It's like this color.
Oh.
It's like the color of those cups over there.
Okay.
It's pretty.
It's sick.
Did you guys see that guy that found a Harley Super Shafty?
I did.
Yeah, he's like,
Because he was questioning, like, is this real?
Yeah.
What?
Because it looks similar to the red version.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. He found a Harley Edition VP.
Oh yeah. I
Trans.
did see that.
Yeah, the orange, silver, and black.
Yes.
Yeah. That dude's probably picked that up for $30 off his friend, and was like, "Is this real?" Yeah, it's about $300 now or whatever.
Brian asked if I was going to build a replica of his Bronco buggy. Close, but a different Bronco.
I'm gonna build one of those Broncos.
It was the early Bronco.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Oh, that black one. That same guy has my old one. It's lime green now.
Has that black one?
Yeah.
I liked it a lot better than yours.
Yeah. 100%. I'm glad somebody was doing something with it, but.
Logan says Tiny Truck Woods Run is a go.
Oh, okay. For this
Sun-
weekend?
Does Sunday work for anyone?
Is it gonna be 1,000 ball sack degrees?
Is this the one down Martin Hookie?
You can just walk there.
Yeah.
So this goes.
Hitch. I was playing with that.
Right up there.
Aki. Means here. Basically where it goes.
Yeah.
It's further south.
Further south.
With the net? You get the net too?
That's probably because Matt comes over here every Monday and drops crumbs on the floor.
Is that what we're blaming it on?
Yeah.
Not your freaking hooligan over here that eats God only knows what?
God only knows what.
Fucking bag of dicks, probably.
Ryan Davis says, yeah, I know what one of you're talking about. That was a sick build for sure.
Yeah, he posted, I think it was last Monday. He posted on, I think it was the RC2 chassis.
Yeah.
Here's your fidget spinner.
I was using it as a fidget spinner, actually.
Yeah, I just thought it was really cool. I've always liked those Broncos, and then
Probably ought to buy a body now before Proline discontinues it.
I know.
Or two, or
I've
five.
kind of been poor lately.
I have to. Speaking of which, I looked at my class 1 from me and Holden running it and me kicking it halfway across. And it's cracked, ripped, whatever, on the front grille, all the way up and around the fender and like over to the hood. So it's pretty much junk now. I'm gonna get rid of it.
Sounds like an excuse to put a different body on.
Yep.
That sounds like you just made up an excuse for it.
No.
Pay no attention to the scissors at the end of the workbench.
Logan and I weighed it. It weighs 8 ounces. So.
The body?
It's not really that heavy.
Not that heavy.
That can't be no problem.
I don't know what your problem is.
I don't know either. I'm gonna take that truck all the way apart and just rebuild the whole thing. Or just let Holden drive it because.
Is that supposed to be where you build it towards a lightweight truck or not?
No, I was just building a truck. Like, I usually have good luck with Phoenixes if I'm, just building semi-competitive trucks. And like, we're not killing it or whatever. So, I had a guy hit me up yesterday wanting to sell me a chassis that I thought about picking up for it. It is a flat bottom, so.
Legal.
Yes, sir. Not sure I'm gonna. It's an ATL. It's carbon fibre though.
Ooh,
Yeah, but
fancy.
nice and light. That way, when I kick it, it goes even farther.
Notice he said when, not if.
Oh yeah. Absolutely.
Put some brass into this.
There is.
Oh,
there's
okay.
brass everywhere on the thing. That's what doesn't make any sense. Like it's set up like every other friggin' Phoenix that works well for me.
Anybody need a Wraith trains? With dig?
With dig?
With dig.
How did I just do that?
How did you just do what?
I had this locked up at some point.
Ah, that's what I thought. Happy Hollow Trail Run is Saturday.
Ah,
So,
dilemmas. What are we doing then?
One of my boys actually asked me Saturday night. He's like, Dad, are we doing anything tomorrow? Because normally Sundays are are running. He's like, hope there's nothing going on this weekend. Oh man. But then it's like the times that I tell him, hey, we're going trailing. You know, it's the yeah, exactly. I'm like, dude, you're not making this easy.
Yeah, believe me, I know.
I kind of wanted to go to that Happy Hollow thing.
Well then, let's do that. I don't know. Tell Logan. Text him back, because apparently this doesn't count as talking.
Where's Happy Hollow?
It's up in Lafayette or something like that, right? Lafayette.
Lafayette.
If it's decent, we can just take the old Malibu and roll up there or whatever. Tow roll up.
Are you taking the children?
If I don't have the children.
Oh yeah, you're taking shots. I doubt it, because that's a little bit too much walking for Holden. I don't know if he could do it. I mean, he would. He'd push himself to do it and then not get up the next day. But, so, you know, if you want to roll with. Cool.
What time does that start, Rob?
7 a.m.
What?
No.
No.
What are we taking then? You taking that?
Oh yeah, because it's supposed to be tiny tire, isn't it?
Yeah, what's the rules?
You better be fucking Phoenix.
Phoenix?
Well, you just put tiny tires on the Phoenix.
I'm gonna try to rip that recluse together real fast. Put some 419 down. Not really. I might take the pineapple. Might fix it.
Let's put these on there.
Yeah, but
That aren't in the order.
close enough, right?
No.
Yeah, that went from small to tiny.
Said it starts at 10.
Yeah.
At Happy Hollow Park.
It's in Lafayette.
Decisions.
Well, let's see. William and Logan, are you going as well? You guys.
You need to text them? Or are you good?
Yeah.
Sorry, I have friends, guys.
So what are you taking? Leah? Let's say it's 419 and under.
Project that.
Okay. I may take the pineapple. I'm not sure. I don't know what I'm gonna take. Do you have a truck to take?
Is this the only thing?
Like I said, the only trail vehicle that's worth anything is my Corvair. That's my Phoenix, and that's got the 465 wall peaks.
What do you mean worth anything? You've got like 7 trucks now.
Yeah, but they're comp specific.
Oh, I understand that. I get it. I don't take my comp trucks.
Yeah.
I've always been that way. Whenever I have like a competition vehicle, I don't mess with it. It has one job.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, the Ford Rio is class 0.
Right.
Yoshi's 1. 2 is, really comp specific.
It's this coming Sunday, Bill. Saturday, sorry.
Saturday. Come get your lights. What are you gonna take? Your broken truck, your other broken truck, or your truck that's not finished yet? He'll be like, "Oh, come over Sunday."
Can we go backwards in time?
No. His MO is what time is it on Saturday? 10. All right. Well, what are you doing Friday night? I'll be there about like, I don't know, 7.
Bill says he can't Saturday.
Look at my surprised face.
There, Rob said there is water, but probably not much since there's been no rain.
Yeah.
Pat B said he'll be up there.
Hey,
All from the south side, but worth it, I'm sure.
Heck yeah. It looked worth it in those other pictures.
Rob, is it something that like a 465 or 475 would still be fun, or is it gonna be a lot more fun for
Tiny tires.
tiny tires?
Sub 4 inches.
I mean, I guess if it really came down to it, I could rock the 4-door.
Be nice to it.
Yeah.
Screw that. Be nice. What's that?
Ooh, guys.
Oh boy.
4S.
I have
Do you
one.
have an ESC that'll take it?
Yeah, that will.
Oh, okay.
Oh boy.
And Matt's like, I got like 20.
Yeah, I got like 6 or 7 at home.
I actually thought about swapping the small Falcons onto that.
How's all of those?
Those are 465. The 4119 Falcons or the 465 Falcons?
The 419s.
Those aren't 419s.
They have the big phones in them.
Oh wow.
Those are
They're bloated.
Jesus. Oh wow.
Those tires need to take a shit.
I thought these were the big ones. I legitimately thought these were the same tire. Holy shit balls, son.
damn.
Oh my god. How much foam do you have in these things?
It has the 465 foams in them.
No shit, because it's stretched them out to 465. This is a 4.19. This is a good cheater tire right here. That's how you get down on it. But no, Rob was
It
swear.
says
4.19s. I got them stretched to 5 inches tall. So you got 4.19.
Rob says, yeah, it would be fun. There are a ton of lines you can take through the creek. See, that's what makes me want to take the Phoenix. Because I know it's been through the creek. I don't care about running that truck through the creek.
Whatever, bro. You take whatever you want to.
And that's all the boys have too, so.
Well, they don't count. They just take big trucks and just do fun things.
People run both, but I think most people are running class 1 tires for the most part, but it's good anyway.
What do you, you don't have a class 0 right now, do you?
That.
You want to take it?
Not really.
Okay. I was gonna say, if I could figure out how to put a bigger battery in mine, I could take my 0. Doug takes his 0.
I'll probably run the JL.
Alright, whatever. Fuck us then.
Are we doing 0?
Mm-hmm. I'll see. I'll have to go home and look at what truck I want to run. I'd really like to take that Land Cruiser, but it's not.
They're not that big.
Okay.
Okay, George. Rob said it sounds like the VXT2 5-inch tires.
They're 4.75. It's
Oh, okay, now the sidewall matters.
it's on sidewall.
Dude, there's gonna be a gauge that's exactly. If your tire doesn't pass underneath the gauge,
I honestly, with as much soft foam, well, anti-foam, whatever you want to call it, as much squish as the front, I bet it's 4.75 or lower.
419. What sidewall
this
says.
is.
Got 90 pounds of air pressure now. Fucking trailer tires.
Yeah. That was that lady trying to pump through all her tires. And she said, I can never get to 100%.
Oh yeah.
I got to at least a solid 80.
Yeah, that's a good 80. I need to do this.
Rob said he'll be running his LC80 on 411s.
I don't think I can get mine done before then. I gotta make body mounts. I have to put the glass in, make bumpers.
That's the Brit die.
I gotta do that before October. On like 5 trucks to sell.
Do them all at the same time.
Yeah. Thank you. Gabby Willis.
What, get rid of the red?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, mostly because one truck is gray, the other one's green.
Well, the red would go okay with the gray.
Yeah. Green, not so much though.
Depends on if you're colorblind or not.
Yeah. True.
Or if you're going for a Christmas theme.
Yeah.
A Grinch.
Just throw Santa in it.
Yeah,
That's it.
there you go.
Anyway. I don't know. Well, I'm down for what's a week. Happy Hollow hollow balls, whatever.
Is this just a fun get together?
Yeah.
A bunch of people
They
show
went
up.
a couple weeks ago.
Okay.
Whenever Rob was driving up that tree or whatever.
Oh,
I think that's the same place, right?
Yeah.
Gotcha. Do we have to call it hollow though? Can we call it Happy Holler?
Happy Holler.
Yeah.
I guess you can call it whatever you want.
Cool.
Rob's just finishing up a TF2 4Runner, but that will not be its maiden run.
Yeah.
I'm done with TF2s.
Yeah.
You just got another one.
I'm not gonna drive it though. It's just gonna be a show for me.
Dude, they should make like the display chassis like they do for touring cars. It's like just a static, like an I-beam rail.
Oh yeah.
Holds 4 tires, body post, body, that's it.
Yeah.
There's no inner workings, you can't drive it, it's just a display chassis.
I'd be down for that. I'd buy about 15 of them.
Yeah.
K5s and welds everywhere.
Everywhere.
Well, I've put about 700 miles on this right now.
Great. Now it's used.
It's well broken by finger.
What's got going on there?
Just
Looking?
yeah.
Ugh, single shear pan hard.
Yep.
You tell who drives that one.
The shelf.
Yeah.
The shelf drives that one.
He's had it out a little bit.
Yeah. The rest of the body says that it's been out several times. Well, that's just travel.
Right.
Try covering that up.
Oh, that.
Ryan Davis said he's got a TF2 roller he needs stuff to somebody else.
Is it a long wheelbase or short?
You need another one?
I don't know. It's almost September.
I was gonna say you have to wait, what?
You have
3 days. You have all sorts of things lined up.
They're on pre-sale right now.
I don't know if you saw the picture I sent you earlier that had the RC 4-drive tire and then the cart off to the side, but I did not. There may be some things in carts waiting. I've had a lot of time to think about what I really wanted. And what
What's
I-
the short wheelbase?
Oh, okay. I don't need that.
Scott said he just put the 4Runner together and will never do that again.
I don't blame it.
What happened to our buddy McCurry?
Who's buddy?
I used the term buddy.
I don't know. He does things. I don't know.
Every once in a while you pop up and it's like, hey, I'm gonna come out. Hey, I'm gonna come out.
I mean,
I mean,
whatever.
honestly, I don't think we've seen him out since he got the truck.
Can I see that? What? There, Jeep. You get one? Squish the.
He's gonna squish another truck.
Oh my god! Yeah. This thing is heavy. Afro. Is that Logan?
No.
Or is that dessert?
Yes. Well, that's. Wow. Freaking wild. Look at this. Let's see here. Where are those rules? Right there.
And right there.
That's where it's at. Interesting. The old platypus. That's what I want to call it, regardless of what you call it. Hey, you sold platypus yet? It does look good on 419s though.
Yeah, that does look good.
Look at it.
I did a good job.
You did a good job.
Spaceship's home. Ryan, is it the short wheelbase or
Yeah,
the regular wheelbase?
Yeah, you can hear it.
Well, it's because she pulls it in and puts it in reverse, which it makes it louder in reverse. So that she checks the camera to make sure she's in the garage.
Oh. Do you have a line on the floor? Like, if you can see the line you're in front of?
basically. Friday morning, Matt will have a lot of stuff in for Mailbox Monday.
I didn't buy. The business has bought a few things.
It's a good thing you keep saying that. I didn't buy it. The business bought it.
Technically, yeah. I've been
Can the
making.
business buy me a few things?
Sure. Business bought some paint code paper trade. What is it called? Samples.
Mm-hmm.
Business bought some 73, 74, 75, 76, 77, 78, and 79 GM truck paint code chips. I got them all off one guy. So, pretty happy about that because I was using automotivetouchup.com and they take like a week to make one can of paint. So when I ordered 9 cans of paint, they took friggin' forever.
Did it really take that long with multiple?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Because I've only ordered.
Because I messaged him like a week and a half after I ordered. I was like, "What the hell's going on?" And she's like, "Oh well, with this many cans, it takes us a while." I'm like, 9 cans of paint.
It's like, why would you not have certain things like ready to go?
Mm-hmm. So I also learned that if I take the paint chip into my local auto body shop that's literally friggin' 10 minutes from my house, I can take that chip in there and they can match that color and have me a can in 25 minutes. And it's like $4 cheaper or something like that. I don't have to ship it and I get it immediately. So
Why is it cheaper if you have the paint chip than?
Because they
no,
look at
Whiteland Auto is cheaper than Automotive Touch-Up.
Oh, okay. I see what you're saying.
Yeah, and I go in there and say, I want this color, and he goes, okay. Does lever things, whatever back there.
Jerks off a bunch of dudes.
Like, so,
There's your rattle
Yeah.
can.
and then he pressurizes it, shakes it up, sprays it in the lid, and goes, is that what color you want? And we're like, yeah, it looks good. He goes, okay, cool. And then gives it to you. And it took him 20 minutes at tops.
So when you sent that earlier, I thought that Whiteland will make you a can for this price, but if you bring him this magical page with the chip set, it's like $3 cheaper or whatever.
No, so basically what I've been doing is I look up on autotouchup.com all the colors. Then I have to take that and search K5 or K10, whatever color. Hi there.
Hello.
You look dressed up and nice. What have you been doing?
I was teaching a class. It's the first day. I had to make a good impression.
You're teaching a class?
Yeah.
Dang.
You indie.
So it would be like, hey, I've seen movies that start this way.
What?
Thanks.
Somebody got it.
I've
Thank
seen
you.
horror films that start this way, but I've seen pornos that start this way.
Oh
That
my
looks
God.
like a mint.
I think Emily's coming with me next week. Well, 2 weeks from now because.
Good for you.
Okay. I don't know why yours is that color, honey, but I think that's the right one.
I pooped in it.
They just gave me a bunch of stuff.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah, thank you.
Thanks.
I'm gonna go eat.
Okay.
Have fun with that.
Jordan continues to have friends.
your life. Come on, cutie.
So, we're having ice cream. Let's see. What is your favorite DQ ice cream thing? It can be dilly bars. You make special blizzards. I just set this off so far.
Good.
This is Wonder Bar.
So what all is that you got there?
Ice cream
Hot dog.
and peanuts. With more hot fudge down here. With more hot fudge down
Are there more peanuts throughout?
Peanut Buster Perfect.
there. There are more peanuts throughout.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm. Pretty good. Mostly I like to eat all the ice cream out of it, and then scoop the fudge out at the very end and just eat hot fudge straight, very much.
Cookie dough blizzard is what I have,
Very nice.
or a plain vanilla cone.
Mm-hmm.
I have mint Oreo. Delicious.
That's a money maker right there too.
Yeah.
I like that. If they made like they made like a pecan buster parfait or like a walnut buster parfait or something, like anything other than peanuts, I'd eat a lot more of these.
That just seems boring.
What?
What, changing out the peanuts or something else?
No, his.
Oh.
Just ice cream with some fudge and peanuts.
Pretty good. I'm a big fan.
Ryan just really likes regular vanilla with hot fudge, and he'd be happy.
I'm not a big fan of like that hard ice cream. I like soft serve like this.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not really a fan of ice cream in general.
Are you a cake guy or a pie person?
I'd rather pie.
Me too.
I'm not big on
Yeah.
cake.
Brownie.
I do like some brownies. That cake I made last night was pretty good. I about threw it against the wall, but it was pretty good.
I noticed you didn't bring us any.
No.
I know growing up, we got away from doing cakes for birthdays, and Mom would bring us, she'd bring home those giant chocolate chip cookies.
I thought
That were
it was
like on
salad
a cake
for
platter.
hot dog or something.
Cookie cakes?
But it was like just minimal icing on top, just to say, happy birthday, whatever.
You know what was straight trash? Ice cream cake.
Mm-hmm.
Ugh.
Yep.
Garbage.
Right after Logan said, ice cream cake for me. I mean,
Shit is trash.
yep, no.
It's so like
So Sam's Club does
Gritty?
a double-decker cookie cake.
Really?
Yeah. And Haley's gotten me that for my birthday every year,
Nice.
basically since we've been together.
nice.
She tried to make a homemade cookie cake one year, and the cookie each was like this thick, and it's like all together it was like this thick.
cookie.
And after that 1 year, she stuck to Sam's Club.
Because they know how to do it. Someone's getting a giant cookie this weekend.
They're getting older this weekend.
Really?
Yep.
Your birthday this week?
Sunday, the 3rd.
Oh, well, wait, what?
Sunday the 3rd.
I thought Sunday was like, there's Friday, no, Friday is the first now.
I'll be 38.
You be what? 38, huh? For like the 6th time?
Yeah. Time flies when you're having fun.
Uh-huh.
Blizzard cakes are not bad, according to Logan.
That's the
Who
same.
enjoys ice cream
That's,
cakes.
yeah. Can't trust anything from that guy now.
I do not like ice cream cakes because they are not good.
Ryan says even a fudge brownie and vanilla ice cream is hard to beat.
True. Yep. I like blondies too.
Yeah.
Those are pretty good. Get those at the old, what's that, Chili's? Applebee's. Applebee's, I think.
I haven't been to either in a long time.
Yeah.
The train, the
Did you
train.
acquire more dogs?
Was that a horse?
Galloping.
Yeah. So, I don't know. Does anybody say anything about that?
No.
No.
You guys want to talk about anything? I didn't bring anything to work on because I literally didn't have anything to work on. But we can sit here and shoot the shit as long as you guys want to stay on YouTube.
You guys are gonna change these rings and I just don't have any drag mount tires.
Yeah.
It's a dud.
I had nothing to do. I tried.
What's everybody else doing tonight? What's everybody else working on? Or not working on? Just looking at, staring at.
I didn't figure you guys wanted me to do body work.
Just sit there standing on shit.
Mm-hmm. The sound quality tonight is terrible.
I don't know what that crunchy was, but it wasn't supposed to be in there.
In yours?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's no crunchies in cookie dough.
You might have gotten that, what's that hard peanut butter,
Brittle?
like, not brittle.
Heath?
It's almost like a nerd, like nerds, but it's like little peanut balls. It's like peanut butter balls type deal.
Only thing I can think of is like Heath bar type.
No.
Almost Butterfinger, maybe? Is that what you're thinking of? I don't know anything that's like nerds.
All I know is nobody better lay a finger on my Butterfinger.
William said he's printing 2 JZ engine girders.
Nice.
2 JZ, no shit, huh?
Yeah.
Speaking of which, is there any progress on any of the things that I needed printed, or is it just sitting up there and not making?
They're probably just hanging out up there.
Cool.
Not really time to dick with it. Cool. How many coals is that? How cool is it?
It's as cold as this ice cream.
Cool.
Yeah, we got ice cream, we shut down. Ryan says he should be working on his Bronco buggy, doing the interior, but I'm watching you guys.
Interiors are terrible to do from scratch.
Yeah.
It's so much like fit, file, fit, glue. Start over.
Glue, rip apart, because it doesn't fit now.
Speaking of which, I gotta redo this interior. I'm gonna switch trains because the seats mount to the
Do the transmission.
to the Wraith trim too.
What you gonna do then?
Is that getting a DFD?
No.
Oh, okay.
Business guy.
Needs to be a deal. That's what I do, but whatever.
So the next one.
Eric's working on getting over a summer cold.
Really? My grandparents had the summer old. This that sounds like Rovid.
Maybe I'm just oblivious to the world. Is it making a comeback again?
Supposedly, my 83-year-old grandpa
Oh, God.
got over it in 4 days. So, pretty sure it's not that bad.
Well, I've just heard several things about.
Yeah, talking about it or hearing about it,
Yeah.
making a. Oh no, there's a new stream. Yeah.
Supposedly, one of the universities is already making people mask up again. I saw a lady at Kroger put a mask on before she went into Kroger.
Yeah, I've seen a few people just have masks on, but I don't think they ever stopped wearing masks.
I think some people like it. I think some people legitimately like being told what to do. I am not one of those people, but some people do.
Mr. Colorblind guy.
I was trying to come up with something to tell you to do.
Good luck. Hello.
Said howdy, gents.
How's the job going?
Yeah, Mr. Hobbytown person.
Salesman of the month.
Salesman of the month.
Has he sold anything?
It's like, I'll sell you this
Oh.
because I watched it on YouTube.
He's trying to sell me a bunch of stuff. I don't know that much. Hit me up on Instagram showing me 18 scale tracks it says or something. I don't know what the hell he's trying to show me. If you're gonna try and sell me something, it won't be small scale.
Gotta make it worth that 2-hour trip.
He sold 6 RC cars so far.
Yeah. I was only worked there a week. It's like one a day. So after they pay you, you've made them like $17 a day. Good for you. Capitalism.
He says he thought they were cool. He knows you don't do small scale.
I do not.
Speaking of which, you see the Lowe's there on County Line? They've got.
I've driven by multiple times.
You've been in there recently?
What's up, Hood Rat?
They got rid of all of their
4th of July stuff.
cash registers.
No?
It's all
They're
used
all
scale.
self.
Things get a lot cheaper that way, you know that?
I had to buy 5-gallon buckets for the tanks. They were together. I thought about just scanning the one.
Yeah, next thing you know, you'll have like multiple people standing at the door. Can I see your receipt?
Nope. Sure can't. It's free country.
Yeah, no, but thanks for asking. So Lowe's is all used scan. Okay, so
Yeah.
now we keep going to Menards.
I don't go to Menards.
No?
Nope.
I didn't switch all to Home Depot.
Menards was the only place during the lockdown that would not let me in without a mask.
Oh.
So I boycotted Menards since March of 2020 or so.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
I don't do Home Depot. Just that place is off to me. I don't know.
It is set up weird. I've
Yeah.
noticed that.
Yeah.
Every time you go in there, you're like, oh, this should be over here. And then it's not there, and you're like, where the hell are the nails? And the lady's like, oh, buy the cleaning supplies. And you're like,
Okay. Why?
You know, in case you need to hang a picture with that bottle of 409.
yes.
I honestly don't think I've ever gone into Home Depot to buy something and not had to ask where it was at.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's not set up
Not set up like Lowe's.
easy to navigate.
Lowe's is easy to navigate. Things make sense. You're in the lumber area, that's where the lumber is. You go to Home Depot, you're like, where's the lumber? And they're like, it's out back.
No, that's Menards.
Yeah.
They're like, well, go pay for it, and then take this over here and show this guy, and then
No thanks. Hard pass.
Go visit the shack.
The guard check.
Guard shack, yeah.
what do you need? Are you gonna mount some tires?
Yep, sure. I'm gonna help old Doug. Big Doug. So you are not going to Rocktober. What are you doing instead?
Still in the air.
Oh. So should I call the motel and be like, hey, it's a possibility?
I don't know.
I think it's kind of imperative. Unless you're sleeping in the HHR.
I mean, who knows?
Pull a Jacob. Like, it's only Sunday.
Yeah.
Roll up in the old B2000. Or B2300. Boy.
Logan said you could have gotten the Astrodon booty shorts as your new mask.
I could have. You want me to vent these here, fella? Okay, let me see that. How do you want me to vent them?
Smallest hole.
Big one.
2.
So this one, huh? What are you doing with that one? I don't want to know. Never mind.
The big one, I punch holes in hanging bags so I can hang them on the pegboard.
What?
The pegboard has hooks, but some of the things that I hang on the pegboard do not have holes. So I use the biggest one to punch holes in the bag
Makes
to hang
sense.
on the pegboard.
Oh, like RC related stuff?
Yes.
I was thinking work.
No.
So what are you aiming at work?
No.
How do you do this? One on each side or something like that?
Yep. 2 holes directly opposite each other.
How do I? Ah, there we go. I was worried for a second. There's one. Got one right beside it, right?
All 4 of them right next to each other.
No,
Next
you
jump
get,
block.
you get the 4, you went too far.
See, I do
I think
4.
you 2.
Oh man, I do 4. I like to let all that whoosh out.
Yeah, I do. 3, 6, 9, and 12.
You tell her damn she looked fine.
Yeah.
Go to the time and do it one more time. Where the window?
Ramsinger says we can share it.
Runs a scissor. Old Chief runs with scissors.
I couldn't remember because I was going to say that too.
Where's your inner rings? Yeah, you can sleep with that.
I'm going to say that right there.
2 her breasts and 2 her.
You stay with him in his camper. I heard he farts a lot though.
Well, being only 2 days, I think I'm going to try to do just me.
Well, I think Jordan's better. Well, actually, I'll stay with Jordan. You can stay with Bill. You guys are death sleep together.
Fire truck.
After being in the same room with both of them and sleeping, they can sleep in their own room, and then you and I will snore in our room.
I don't snore anymore.
No, well,
Are you staying for bed?
he and Bill don't breathe. I had to check on my dad, like, because I got out of the shower and he was just laying there. He was like this. I was like, I don't know if he's- I don't know if he's alive or not.
So I do apologize if you all can hear that. There's a fire truck going by again.
My house has planes, your house has fire trucks. Just screwed.
Well, the fire trucks themselves aren't too bad.
Yeah.
It's the dogs alerting the neighborhood that there are dogs. That there are fire
There are
trucks.
fire trucks.
Did you guys see the picture of the squirrel that Lid posted yesterday?
Yes,
We were
because I responded to her
Mhm.
and she hasn't responded back.
Oh yeah, she doesn't like people.
So,
So that's one of the things that personally makes her so trustworthy. For my other half is that she doesn't like people enough to go out and do anything. Like, are you afraid she's gonna cheat on you? And I'm like, no, because she would have to talk to people in that.
Ralph is wanting some secrets, and tips, and tricks on cage building.
Okay. What I would suggest is buying a bunch of tube, getting a chassis. So the easier thing to do would be kind of like what I did on this. Okay.
Okay.
Shut the fuck up.
Okay.
So here is how I do it. I drill 2 holes on here and here, through both sides. It's a dick ring. So I drill 2 holes here and here, or wherever, and they are the actual slider supports. So I put the sliders on first. I use my drill press, bolt the 2 pieces together, go down through, put the sliders in, and then we use these aluminum SCX 10 skids, $13, $12, whatever on Amazon. Highly recommend this. You can get it hot, you don't care about it. Just trying to booger up the threads. And then basically what I would do is, one of the easier things to do probably would be to build like a truggy or build a rear cage.
Start with that.
Bed cage. You're doing bumpers and sliders, right? Isn't that what he said on
Yeah.
Facebook?
Yeah.
So if you're doing bumpers and sliders, you're already on the right path. You're kind of learning how everything flows. And then I would build a bed cage, and then if you could kind of design it to where your bed cage could be easily added as far as like maybe the down bar. So like if you had a chassis and you made it, the chassis goes up like this, and you made the cage kind of follow that. Then what you could do is eventually, once you got a little more comfortable, you lop off the frame, connect those bars, and then build a hoop, and then you've got a truggy back there.
He mentioned shock mounts and getting everything symmetrical.
Symmetry is just something that takes time.
Yeah.
We have 3/16 files that actually Doug got for us, and it's literally, you fit it up, measure it, it's 2 inches. You do this one, you fit it up, it's 2 1/16. You just take it off, file it down, put it back up there until it's 2 inches. That's what takes the time, because if this didn't have to be square and symmetrical and everything, like you could just throw it together, you could build this in 15 minutes. It's all that little, oh, this is too tall, sandy, 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 sand. Put it on here, sand, sand, sand. You know, like it's all that stuff that takes forever. And that's why they're so expensive. Anything to add to that?
No.
And then once you have a truggy, you roll that around for a while, and then you decide, hey, I want to build, you know, a cab and a front. Then you just build the cab, then you just, you know, build the front out. It's a lot easier if you're gonna do something. It's a lot easier to do something like this, where you have a hood, and then all you have is these fender bars, or just go basically do whatever the hell you want to. Sorry, there you go. This hood, or do whatever you want to, kind of like this, or like the front of my buggy. To do like the interior cage for that body, or to run like an XO around it or something, when you have to have this shape nailed, is one of the harder things, I think, personally.
Yeah.
To do it.
The nice thing about a truggy is you can build, you basically only have to build like half the vehicle.
Mm-hmm.
And then, you know, once your body gets beat up enough, you're like, okay, then you can continue onto it, and maybe by that point your brazing or your fabbing has gotten a little better with your small stuff. So you kind of know it's a little bit easier to make a full cab.
Yeah. And it's really not hard if you just break it down. Like if you look at, you know, anything like this, like Doug does it a little bit different. Doug did this a little bit differently than mine did. So he has the sliders, he came up and made this square. So now this square is what he builds off of. Made the easier thing to do, that I've learned for sure, is to make this hip bar here. This is called the hip. So the hip bar here, and then you kind of build under that and then build over it, or you can build over it and then under it, however you want. But instead of building these first and then doing this, it's usually better to build this bar first, and then kind of build around that, and however you want it to do, however you want it to look, whatever. Input, either one of you?
No, I mean,
But see, like,
although you've starting at the sliders.
yeah, I start with the sliders, so I make the sliders, and then I usually make this B pillar, and then I go from there. I kind of know where I want the cab to be, but I put the B pillar first, and then I build forward and then back. I kind of start in the middle and go out.
How'd you do your other one? Because you did it differently.
Which one?
I don't know. Because I know when we've talked about this before.
The other one, I don't know.
One of your first ones. What was your first one? Was it the Phoenix buggy?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, because like I started at the rockers and build up,
Mm-hmm.
and you always said, everybody we talked to, you said that you did yours differently, and I don't remember how that was.
So my Comanche truggy was similar. I started on basically a rocker bar,
Yeah.
and then built the main hoop from there. But I mean, start at the bottom.
Yeah.
This one's a little different because it kind of, like you said, I did the hip bar first, going around the main cab.
Do whatever makes sense to you. You can't really do it wrong, as long as you start with a frame of reference and make sure everything, like, you could, in all honesty, you could make this, if you want to make this whole hip bar out of one piece,
Mhm.
you make that, you braze it together, and then that's your starting point. Then you can connect it down to the skid, and then you could build all this stuff if you wanted to. Like I said, I start here, go forward to make the cab, and then I usually either go forward or backwards, whatever. But it really doesn't matter. As long as everything's true and square and mostly symmetrical, you're good.
Dustin wants to know if you have any tips for soldering connectors,
No, because I don't know how to solder.
to which Logan followed up with, he gives them to Jordan.
Yes. That's It is the easiest way for me to solder.
That is good advice.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you have an old Element stock chassis to use, that's perfect.
Yeah.
You can start on that. You can either use that or try to mimic off of it. In fact, that's what I'm doing with this one. I'm mimicking off of it. I keep setting it on top so I know, like height-wise, where my shock mounts are, height-wise, and they're dead on.
That's another really important thing. You're going to waste so much time putting it together and taking it apart and putting it together, but that's just part of it.
Yep.
You cannot get around that because the one time you don't check to make sure that you have a bar in the right spot and there's nothing in the way, you're going to put that in, then you're going to make another bar, and then you're going to go to check it and find out that the bar that you put in without checking, that you referenced 3 other bars off of, is now in the way, and now all that shit has to be modified, cut off, completely started over, one or the other.
If you're going to use that chassis to start with, make sure you get an aluminum skid.
Yeah.
Don't try to braze onto it with that plastic skid.
Yeah.
You'll melt it out of there.
Yep. Cheap little Amazon skids are just fine. And I don't feel bad buying those because I don't really know an actual company that makes aluminum skids like that. So, I mean,
Dustin said he just wanted to hear you say it.
what'd you say, Gordon?
I don't know of a company that makes them either, but why would you want an aluminum skid?
What do you mean?
Like, I mean, I understand why we have them. We build with them.
Oh, just because people beat off the fact that they have all aluminum.
Like, you know how much brass and aluminum I have on this thing? It weighs 47 pounds.
I can turn it in for $42.73.
I spent $318 on it, but by God, it's worth 40 in scrap.
True. Well, I mean, you're selling to the same people that are buying brass cross members for their TRX4. That's who you're selling it to.
Yeah.
Like, the plastic skid is 10 times better than that. Unless you're doing something like this because it's going to slide over things. But people buy that in aluminum because it's all aluminum. Because people still think they're building T-Maxes and Savages. Like, I got this all aluminum HPI, like whatever.
It's so strong.
Yeah, when you're bashing it, sure. But for a crawler, like, you're really screwing yourself.
Can you braze stainless? Isn't that what R2s are?
No, they're mild steel.
Ah.
I don't know if you can braze stainless or not, to tell you the truth.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
I don't know. Hey, you want to vent those other 2 tires there real quick, like?
Real quick?
Yeah. Just in the amount of time, that I put this wheel on for you.
I thought you had all of them already done except for the last screw.
No.
There's some heavy boys there.
Yeah. But in no way do I think any of the 3 of us will tell you we are brazing professionals, though. So,
No.
I think we're all just kind of learning by experience and flying by the seat of our pants and going, well, that did not work at all. Or you get an idea and say, hey, this should work, and then it doesn't. The one thing I will tell you from the get-go, use this tubing that I've told you about from stockcarsteel.com. Do not use rod. It is so much easier to bend, cut, shape, braze, just across the board. Is a hell of a lot.
I struggle with brazing it.
You do?
Mm-hmm.
Really?
Just because it sucks into the tube.
Oh yeah. You gotta. That's all fixturing.
I've noticed more so that it does better when you get the tubes hotter, because then you don't have to put so much on it.
Yeah.
So that seems to work better for me.
Yeah.
It's like, heat the tubes until they're orange, and then it'll suck the braze right in there. And just,
Yeah. Your fit up has to be really good though.
yeah.
One of the things that really did help, Jordan and I were basically shaping and notching tube with a Dremel, and Doug got us some 3/16 round files, and that was quite the game changer for one. That's something else I would highly recommend. But I
For
mean,
tubing, definitely would suck ass on solid rock.
God, that'd be terrible. I still do V-notch it though. So like if I cut it, like let's say I'm cutting this bar here.
You just made Jordan there.
V-notch. Let's say I'm cutting this bar actually. So you've got what'll be a cope here and a cope there, and that's going to be actually a little bit different. But let's say it's vertical. So I'll take my Dremel and I mark down the side of the tube, the whole thing, before I make it. That way I know where the side is. I'll take the Dremel and run it directly. It'd be perpendicular. I think it was parallel. Thank you. It'd be perpendicular this way. I'll take the Dremel and just make a notch in it. That way it's already cut down the center, and that file will flow back and forth. Flip it over, tie it with a Dremel, do the same thing, and that really helps in the speed of fitting up the tube. So that's one thing that I've learned that I started doing.
Yes, Dustin, I do have a few, I believe. Empty filament rolls.
Well, I know none of mine are empty yet because my machine doesn't run.
Doesn't run, so haven't been running very much lately.
Sure would like a Super Duty cab, but nope. Sure.
Should have bought a better file.
I thought that file was fine. Leaf used it. Merchant? Leaf? Whatever his name is.
Yeah.
He's got a really rowdy EXO on his.
Well, that was the one that every piece was like,
17 hours or something like that.
oh no, it was well over a day a piece.
What?
Yeah.
Well, good thing we spent $16 on that or whatever it was.
Right. And then I tried to like flip it around.
And reverse it.
God.
Anyway, go ahead. Try to flip it around.
And then it would like air out.
Like when your balls are hot, air out.
Yes. Okay. Just like, you know, this.
Ugh. What do you call that?
The old ball vent, the old cars.
Yep.
We may have to try a set of the slew foams.
Yeah.
Dustin said he's out for the night.
These are slick.
Yeah, they're very slutty. Runs with scissors?
Yep. And he asked if there'd be a show next week with the holiday.
As far as I know, I don't have a problem with it.
What time are you going to bed, Dustin? 9? Yeah, it starts at 9 then.
Yeah. 9:06. Those are very slutty.
They are.
That's terrible. That almost feels like those are razor tooth thin or something. That's what happens when you use 1-inch wheels, you got dildo.
It happens. There's already a rig in
Oh,
there.
there is. I feel it. Dildo.
Yeah, Ralph, it's really not, I mean, it's pretty straightforward. It's,
Yeah, and if you have any questions, you are always welcome to post in the group, you know, things like that. And we should be able to help you. Or,
If we can't, we'll find somebody who can.
yeah, I'll find somebody to lie to you if I can't lie to you. And we can, you know, if you're trying to do it one way, we can maybe figure something out. One of the things I use a lot is my vise. I use it to, you know, clamp the truck in. I use it to fixture things. I have a scale metal supplies table, but I'm having a hard time getting it all figured out.
Dustin said it's wife time. Bedtime's 11.
Oh, gotcha. Wow. You guys gonna cuddle for an hour and a half?
I mean,
What time is it?
9:15.
That's cuddle. Cuddle for an hour and a half for sure.
Mm.
Especially for Dustin. Alright. Two pump runs with scissors. Oh, goodness.
You know he has a regular name, right?
I know.
No, now he doesn't.
But why?
Excuse me. Excuse me, moist.
Anyway, yeah. If you have any questions or anything, Ralph, obviously feel free to post them up. We will try to help you as best we can. I am gonna do, once I get it a little cleaner and a little more set up, I am gonna do like a little shop tour thing of all my new tools and how I have everything set up. So,
Those do look nice.
looking for 105s. This is pretty not cool, but
What the? Yeah.
it is what it is. Not my tires. So,
Yep.
what do you think?
I like it.
Yeah?
What are we doing?
I don't know.
Oh, okay.
Trying to figure out buggy stuff, I guess. Are you gonna try and get a buggy done before October to sell, or?
I don't know. I want to, but
I think I'm gonna try and pound out a bunch of them this winter when it's not hotter than balls. At some point in time, I need to work on my real car too.
yeah.
You and old Doug will need to come over, and maybe I can get Robert over there and we can knock something out, and maybe we can hear it go blah 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 like that. I don't really know what it would do. Actually, with a cam and a stock tune in it, it'll probably barely run. It's got a PTR stage 2 in it, so it's a 111, I want to say, something like that. So it do the rumpity rump thing for sure.
Gotta be bigger than that, right?
It's a 605. No, I don't know.
That's a lot bigger.
yeah. The LSA is not that high though.
I was saying, because my cam's a 112.
Yeah. Well,
But it's only.
the lower the number, the more like bump and rump it does.
But it's a low lift.
Yeah. This one's not low. It's not monstrous, but it's just a 5.3. So
It's about triple what mine's like a 214,
oh, yeah.
218, something like that.
Oh, that's just the anchor. I don't know what this one is. I haven't looked at it in so long. Not real sure. Know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah.
Scott asked, ever make custom bumpers? Yeah.
Yeah. I think we've all three made a ton of bumpers. That's where you start, really.
Yeah.
And almost all my trucks, I think, have bumpers on them at this point. Almost all of them.
I need to make one for the Yoda. Need to get rid of that stock one, build one.
Word.
Right now it fits the classes, has a bumper.
Yeah. Bumpers are one of the. A, they're a good starting point for brazing, and B, you can get a lot of performance out of a bumper by being creative about how it mounts, where it goes, the size, the shape, all that stuff.
Yeah, I mean, this one's, it's built off of a RC four-wheel drive bumper, but I don't know if you can see that.
God, that thing's heavy for as small as it is.
Yeah.
Like world's strongest man competition, holding out there. I think the hardest part about building a bumper from scratch is finding the right mounts to start with. Because you want the mount to, start your clearance.
Yeah.
In most applications.
The one thing that I've done, and they're not insanely expensive if you can swing it. The one thing I've done is I've started just collecting bumper tabs. I got on Scalar, Scale Metal Supplies. I got a bunch of stuff from Andre. I got on Fab Tabs, RC Fab Tabs, and I just picked up a bunch of their bumper stuff, and a bunch of their tabs in general. And I've gotten some tabs off Andre as well, to just because when you think you have an idea, and then it just doesn't work, that way you're not stuck. You do have a little bit of money laying around, but it's not like you're never gonna make another bumper or make a bumper for anything, or you know, make a rear bumper, whatever. So that's something that I've done. I have a little fab box. Just got,
That's what I've started doing.
you know.
Throw all my random bits in there.
Mm-hmm. Anything that's longer than about that goes in the box. Little tube, you know, little tube cutoffs or whatever.
Those were the things I was cutting holes in to hang on the board. That was my tabs.
Ah,
Ryan said he always has trouble with making the stinger bumper. When he bends them, he can never get the bar equal on each side of the bender.
so the cheat to that is to just bend it and then mark it down and then bend the tabs. How do I want to put this exactly? So you bend this part first. Like let's say you just put this in here in the center. You just bend that into a straight here. Mark it where you want the bend roughly to start, and then put this at the same place in your bender twice. So like you're gonna go in this side, bend it this way, and then you go to this side, bend it this way. And if you use that mark on both sides, it should be it should be even.
And then even if it doesn't come out perfect, that's when you can take your file and file down that extra 16th just to make it rock back over where you want it to.
Yeah.
I mean, you can always
Either that or you
fill
could
it a
always,
little.
you could always make the stinger differently. Like
You can make a solid bar to start with and just make your stinger a V.
make
you
it
know?
like this. That way you have a bar here,
Mhm.
and then do the hoop, and you can center all that. That way you're not worried about that kickback and making sure everything's level and making sure, like this is the easier, I wouldn't call it a cheat, but that's definitely the easier way to do it. Instead of doing like that. And I get one looks different and looks maybe better or, you know, whatever, but at the end of the day,
Wait, are you saying the stinger goes out? Like the bars go out and then to the stinger?
I think that's what he's having problems with. Is that's when it gets all wonky.
I
Because you're
guess
trying to bend the bars back.
I would always do a crossbar.
Yeah, and then the stinger, just the hoop. Yep.
Because I mean, I originally planned on a small one on this one, but kind of like what your JK has. But yeah, I would always do a crossbar and then
So,
build from that. I mean, that's
Yeah.
how all real Jeeps are anyway.
yeah.
Scott said he can never find suitable bumpers. He's bought so many bumpers to never end up using them.
Yeah. Once you, I mean, the thing is like once you learn the basics of brazing and get a decent bender and, you know, some nice, just like these little 1, 2, 3 blocks, like these things, you can set them up like this and they'll hold, you know, whatever. You can set them in here. It's like little things like that that cost you $10 or whatever will save you so much headache. You know, because then you can like you can prop this whole thing up and do whatever. Investing in some cheap little tools and stuff like that really goes a long way, I think.
Yeah. Ryan said I just have trouble with making hoop for the stinger.
That's the easy part. You know, I mean, if you have a vendor, that's the cake part.
I guess you're saying like maybe getting them.
But you don't
those
have
even?
to. If you're making them like,
If you're making a plain V,
yeah, you're literally just making a U.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Make a U, measure out from the center of that bar, and then down, like, you know, come kind of diagonally. Let's say it's 3 inches. You go 3 inches this way, mark it. 3 inches this way, mark it. Cut it. Leave yourself a little room to cope it, and you'll literally just, you know, just file. Get one of those little files. Like maybe we can share the link for the Amazon files or whatever. But like, then you just take it, sit it on there, look at it. You know, you can put a level on it, whatever you want to do. And if this side's high, you just file it down a little more, and it'll bring the whole thing over. And that should help you, unless we're missing something.
yeah, unless we're missing like how elaborate of a stinger
Yeah.
you're trying to make.
Unless you're doing like some craziness or something. I don't know. first, definitely keep it simple. The worst thing you can do is try to go way out of your comfort zone, I guess. I don't want to call it skill zone because that makes me sound like an asshole, but
Everybody starts somewhere.
yeah, for sure. I would suggest not trying to build a rock bouncer first. Those things are really hard to make.
I do want to make one.
I'm sure between the three of us, we have so many saved pictures of vehicles that are like, ooh, that's cool. I want to build that.
Oh, I do.
But we're not ready yet.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Well, if I can get compound curves down to where I can do more this kind of stuff, and like if you made this all one, like this bar and this bar all one, if I could get that down, I'd feel a lot better making a bouncer. But because I like that laid back Jeep look. That's actually part of my inspiration for that buggy was I noticed that there are no truck bouncers. I literally Googled like truggy bouncer, truck bouncer, pickup bouncer, everything. Every single bouncer I can find looks like a Jeep. They look like a Jeep with the cabin set back a little bit.
As they should. I mean,
Jeep
Jeep everywhere.
the gays gotta stick together, right?
That's right.
As I think on this one, when I do single bar back, I think I'm gonna go down to here instead of going all the way back. That way, it still looks like it has somewhat of a little bed.
If you put another little bar here, that should be plenty strong enough. Because
I think
if you mount it here, and if you're trying to bend it or whatever, because you're trying to bend, so this will be solid because it'll be clamped together.
right.
This will be solid because it'll be clamped together with the shock. And then you got the bar here, so nothing from here back is going to bend. And then you've got this, so I mean, maybe in the corner or something, but
Yeah, just like one down bar in each corner.
Take it easy, Eric. Have a good evening. Hope you get feeling better.
Adios, muchachos.
Theo.
Ryan asked, what kind of tube roller do you have?
we both have the Eastwood tube
Oh,
bender.
roller.
Oh, roller? I couldn't tell you.
You got the Harbor Freight.
Yeah, I got an Amazon one. It's not anything special. It's just a roller. So what were you wanting to do?
Huh?
What were you saying about you're gonna heat this up and redo it or something?
The back tabs, I need to move them back
Wow.
because it's too close. You can't fit a
Gotcha.
standard shock eyelet in there.
Gotcha.
I food barred.
It's okay. Just let me know when it's done so I'll take it to the... Oh yeah, you got a sandblaster.
I got some blaster.
Never mind.
And I'll say, I think I'm just gonna paint it. I don't think I'm gonna coat it.
100%.
Just heat it up with a torch, get some heat into it, and then paint it.
Yeah, after I started coated that Phoenix tuber,
Mhm.
I won't do that again. Because it's already scratched just like paint would be.
Yeah.
It looks a little smoother, but... Like it's got some chips on her, but you've driven that, so
Yeah.
I can always blast
It's
it.
got a few miles.
It's got a few. I really want to build another one.
Do
A tube one.
a full tube. This is full tube, right? God damn.
No, that's rod.
Yeah.
It's, yeah, solid.
Fucking lead rod. It's so heavy.
Well, it also has the aluminum axles. It's got brake weights in the front.
She's chunky. She's chunky, girl. I think we need to rebuild this one and over there too. Come on.
George's like, you mean we, you mean you.
You mean I rebuild mine, you rebuild yours?
Yeah.
Okay.
Actually, I saw RC Every Day swapped trucks with Big Squid. They just like swapped. He gave him a K5, and then Big Squid gave him a short bed Chevy that he had done or whatever. And they're like working on each other's trucks. Oh, that'd be cool. All the way up until I thought about it, and I was like, well. Then I give one of my trucks to Doug or Jordan, which I don't know what would happen with either one of you. But then if I Mister, it's off 1/32 of an inch over here.
Wow.
And then I've got you over here with like, well, it's not what a Jeep looks like. So I don't really know what to do.
Well,
Guess we won't find out that.
Yeah. I thought it seemed like a cool concept.
I love these tabs. These are good.
Mm-hmm. I like the spinning tabs too. Those are super time savers. That's another thing. These little shock tabs. Get a couple little bags of these. Get the ones that are straight. Get the ones that are bent.
Yep, because there are different versions. There's
Yeah.
short ones. There's longer ones.
Yep. There's
Yes.
bent ones. And I think they even have some that are bent at different angles or something
There's
like
half moon ones, so you don't have to have them captured.
that. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Get a pack of like each one of those different shock styles because you think you want to use something, and then you get it and you're like, oh, you know, it would be better this way is this or whatever. And then if you're going full panhard or full tube and you're going to use a 3-link, these can be panhard mounts, which is what I use a lot of them for. You can do all sorts of stuff with
I
them.
use the little swoopy ones for your pan hard.
Yeah.
This one is
What's
just
up? I was just gonna ask what's on that one.
just plate steel that I
Whipped up.
Yeah. Single shear.
Mm.
And by shear, I mean shear that bitch right on.
Dude, I've seen so many chassis out there right now that are single shear shock mounts.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how they live.
They don't. Because I was being nice to mine and it.
I mean, the only advantage I can see to like if you're building one, you have just one. Okay, you can put your shock in front of, or you can put your shock in back up.
Mm-hmm.
But
Part of me wants to just stack up shock mounts, like just so I have options.
right, and then use one long ass screw to go through it all.
I like the single shear because they don't necessarily have to be like exactly where.
Mm-hmm.
Like in line for the screw to go through.
But this is different. I don't think that's what he's talking about. He's talking about like what you got this panhard,
Yeah.
as opposed to like a hoop with and then the big plate. Because technically that's single shear, but it's a different configuration, and you have that big ass hoop with that big ass plate that you're not really gonna bend.
Well, yeah, I know. But this is also like where it just mounts and it can, if it ends up being back a little bit further, it's fine. Whereas this, if you get that, depending on what shock you use, if it gets out of whack a little bit,
It's
then
fine.
it's all bound up in
Yeah,
there.
for sure. I can see this is cleaner, like less bulky,
Yeah.
but I definitely do, and especially for some things, that look with the big hoops in the back kind of looks better, you know.
For that style of build, yes.
Yeah, for that, I think the hoops look better anyway.
Yeah, the equivalent would be to find a piece of metal with like multiple holes and then just raise it to the bottom side of this bar.
See, some of those,
So you have adjustments.
that takes the realism straight out of it for me sometimes, though.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
I don't like that at all. Not that we're building like hyper realistic buggies, but
Right.
like when you just got a big ass piece of plate, I don't know, I like that. But that's just me. I'm a picky asshole too sometimes.
Yeah, tell me about it.
Whatever. Hey, have my buggy done before 7 months is up. Fuck me.
Yeah. No thanks.
Put you on a time constraint.
Hey, can I run it?
That's
this
why
weekend?
we're doing things the way we are. Do what?
Like, hey, can I run it this weekend? No.
No, it's still just a pair of axles hooked to a pair of chassis plates.
As it should be.
Yes. He's like, I worked on the buggy. What'd you do? Well, I cut up the body,
I got one bar on.
and then. But
No, and then.
that, like I said, that's why we're doing what we're doing. We're just building buggies. I mean, there's no guy on the other end of it going, hey man, I got to thinking, and you know how I told you to build a hot rod? Yeah, I don't want to do that anymore. I'm just gonna build what I like,
Mm-hmm.
put it out for sale, and if somebody wants it, they want it.
Otherwise, I got another cool buggy.
I'm twisting my arm to buy another tractor. I'll keep purchasing RTR Phoenixes and just keep throwing them under buggy chassis. I don't care.
That's also part of my hesitation to build another buggy, like just to sell it, is I really like everything that I build. So
Yeah. I built this one. I built this truggy like with the intent, knowing that I'm gonna sell it, and I told Logan straight out, like it got about 3/4 of the way done, and I was like, I'm gonna have a hard time selling this because I like it a lot. But I have an idea of what I would do differently now for my own personal. I'd make the back shorter and a little more bubbly. Call it bubble butt. Bubble butt bouncer.
I like it.
Yep.
Also, we are
Astrodon.
dwindling.
Yeah.
Call it Astrodon.
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 Alright. Cool.
What time is it?
After 9:30, I think.
Alright. I'm gonna go home and poop and then go to bed.
Same.
Cool.
I'm just gonna go to bed.
Cool. Alright. Well, we will see you guys later. I appreciate you all watching, and that will be it.
Sounds like a plan.
Alright, fellas.
Okay, bye.
See, it's a single seater.
Have a seat, Matt.